everyone, and welcome to the United Gamedom podcast. This is episode 34. I am your host, our groggy host for this week, Darren, aka Darrow, and with me again is my Canadian buddy, chum, friend, Denis Poirier, D-Boy. Hello, Denis.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good evening for me, actually. It's good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I literally just woke up about 20 minutes ago, and I do not know how the hell I woke up at 7 o'clock. Because, for people that don't know, I actually sleep through the night. I sleep through the night. I work during the night. Therefore, I go to bed in the morning and then sleep through the day. I went to bed after 10, slept through to 7. Never do that.
Do you have, blankets on your windows or something? Because I could not. I don't think I would be able to sleep through the day, or maybe your body just adjusts. It's a hot curtain, so do. And I just slept though. Usually, for the most part, I usually sleep till about after 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. That's usually when I get up. But sometimes, a rare day, I usually wake up after 5 and 6. But this is the latest I've ever woke up.
So your body needed it, probably.
Yeah. Because actually it was last night, though, before I had to work, I was fucking yawning all the time. I was geez, I must be really fucking tired.
Yep, that happens.
So I guess my body just needed to sleep. So anyway, how are you doing, Denis?
Doing pretty well. It's snowing here today. I guess that's a precursor to what's going to happen tonight. Hockey's back, so the whole lockout is over. And they're back to playing hockey tonight, so Montreal Canadiens on their way to their 25th Stanley Cup tonight.
Yeah.
So, feeling pretty good. Gonna watch the game tonight, so can't wait.
And we have no Derek this week because he said he didn't play any games. Therefore, there's no point if he hasn't done anything though. But returning once again, you've already heard his voice. He was on episode 29 for about half an hour, and he had to skive off because his friend arrived. But he's here, hopefully, for the full episode this time. Is Mr. Art Green? Hello, Art.
How's it going?
It's doing good. Doing good.
So, hopefully I'll be here the entire show. Hockey does begin in 30 minutes, so there could be a chance. No. I'll be here the entire show, talking
3 hours. You have to put 3 hours.
Yeah, so long as it doesn't go past 9 p.m., I'm good. 6.5 hour marathon coming up, guys.
Yeah. Well, the Habs game starts at 7.
There we go.
We'll be out before that.
4.5 hours in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be midnight here probably by the time we're finished. No,
yeah, but you're not going to sleep anymore, so.
No, I'm not going to go, I'm just up now. Sleep 3 hours later again. I wouldn't be able to probably sleep, but knowing me, I probably would.
Probably.
But anyway, moving on from this tangent pretty much, we're getting the news, and very few news stories this week now. There's a few big ones, especially concerning a couple of games that came out though, but we'll leave them until later. Yep. I actually didn't really know about this here. Where did you pick this news up, Dan? It's about Half-Life 2 Episode 4, Return to Ravenholm Scream Service. Episode 3, because there's no Episode 3 yet.
Well, it's written Episode 4 on the news article, so.
It looks like GameSpot. Well, actually, GameSpot has Episode 4. Maybe they're skipping an episode or something. Valve does seem to have kind of a great aversion to taking anything to 3. So maybe if they just ignore the number 3, they can just, get things going.
Mm-hmm. So, apparently there were some Half-Life 2 Episode 4 Return to Ravenholm screens that surfaced from images from Dishonored developer Arcane Studios' canceled Half-Life game emerge. So
it looks like from the story it's so it seems as if Valve had plans to do an episode 3, and then they were contracting Arcane Studios to maybe continue the story to episode 4, and that's what the screenshots seem to indicate.
Yeah. They seem to date from 2006 and 2007, so...
Yeah.
Which is strange considering the fact that episode 2 did not come out until 2007.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And no news about episode 3 or Half-Life 3, so... weird that episode 4 actually has their screenshots and all that, but I'm pretty sure it's just screenshots and it's nothing really... really to go on or something like that. So.
Do you think that they were actually going to get an announcement this year that there actually is a Half-Life 3? Because it's been, 6 years coming this year that we've actually last played as Gorman Freeman?
Well, there's been all sorts of rumors, so I don't know if it's going to be this year that we'll finally hear about Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 episode 3. I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean... Steam is coming out with the whole Steam box thing. I don't know if it's this year, but they're planning on getting that out. And, they have at least announced it, so maybe that's something that, in combination with the Steam box, that they make some sort of announcement just to get excitement around it, perhaps. I don't,
Yeah. Who knows?
At this point, it seems like I'll believe Half-Life 3 is a thing when it ships. So
yeah,
which will be 2020.
No.
Yeah.
At this rate.
I don't even know if we'll ever see Half-Life 3, but we'll just have to wait.
It'll just basically be in limbo like Shenmue 3 is at this point.
Yeah. Just sitting in limbo, nothing's going to happen.
Like when's the last thing anything has seriously came out about Shenmue 3, though? I mean, is that...
Never.
Yeah, like, that's just, like, the Sega fanboys, like, wet dream that will never happen. It just, yeah. I mean, Half-Life 3, I feel like, will happen at some point. Shenmue 3, no. That's, like, been, 15 years?
No, it's been...
decade?
It's been 11 years since Shenmue 2 came out.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
But like they had the Shenmue Online, they tried it though. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't even get released. It cancelled it. They had this whole Shenmue City thing, I think it was called, in Japan. This whole social thing, and I think it went live, and then it just like dropped it after a bit though, because no one was using it or anything. So
the interest isn't there. So
not really though. There is a bunch of die-hard people that absolutely love Shenmue. I love Shenmue, but I wouldn't say, I really want it to, like, a third one, come on, fuck you, Sega, I'm not going to be like that now, because I know for a fact it's never going to happen now.
Yeah. It's like The Last Guardian or Beyond Good and Evil 2. Are we going to ever see those games? Or
I hope we see The Last Guardian. That is so disappointing that... I mean, that was probably one of the most anticipated games that I had for the PS3 for quite some time, so...
Yep. It was revealed in 2009 and heard very much little to no information since then.
Yeah. It hasn't been around at all, so no events, no nothing.
No.
Are they holding it back until the PS4? Who knows?
I reckon so at this point, though, since there's nothing about it. So we're still working on it now. Yeah, if you're still working on it, show us anything, screenshots, anything to show you're just still working on rather than just saying it. Because we know you could be a fucking lying bastard for all we know.
Exactly. So...
Anyway, moving on. PS4, Xbox 720, which, if it gets called out, I give up. Announcements in March.
The Xbox, I give up. Yeah, that would be a nice...
There we go.
So, what, GDC time? Apparently, I assume it's going to be. I'll look this up, though, anyway. It's just... Yeah. Sony is reportedly planning Apple-style press conferences to reveal next-gen consoles around GDC in late March. Official word: the PlayStation 4 and Xbox 720 may only be months away. A Game Informer report states that Sony and Microsoft are planning special Apple-style press conferences to officially announce their next-generation systems. Native Games Developer Conference, which runs March 25th to 29th this year in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So
we all know they're coming. It's just a matter of pretty much know they're coming this year, but it's just a matter of announcing if it's really called the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720, or if it's going to be...
It's going to be PlayStation 4 now, because, like, what is there, like, that's their motif. It's always been one, so PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. It's not going to change it all of a sudden now.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
I'm sure Microsoft will have, I mean, the 360 was something about having the full circle of entertainment. I can't remember what the marketing was around that, but I'm sure they'll have some sort of marketing buzzword for the next Xbox. I mean, it's not going to be 720. That's just placeholder.
I always say, my prediction, I know it's not going to happen, but my hope is like Xbox Cubed. I don't know, but I just have this feeling it's going to be called the Xbox Cubed, because it's like the third iteration.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
Xbox 3. I don't know.
That'll be fucking stupid.
Yeah, because the whole reason they did Xbox 360 is they didn't want to have, if they called it the Xbox 2, they didn't want, your average consumer to think, well, this is the PlayStation 3. Like, this is clearly superior to the Xbox 2, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, because it's a bigger number.
Yeah, there's a bigger number here. It's clearly better. I mean, that's how my dad sees things. So, I mean,
that's good for price, but not always. But that's a good indication when price. You see something that costs more, you're like, oh, this has to be better than that. Right?
Yeah, which is just so incorrect. But
yeah,
I mean, that's how they get you in the marketing world. It's all about branding and pricing and all that good stuff. But I'm go ahead.
And hopefully Sony learned from their mistakes last time by not charging up the ass for it.
Well, I think the article here states that they're looking at about a $350 to $400 price point for. Actually, it's just to the right, but yeah $350 to $400 on the price, which sounds about right for just a product launch at least.
Yeah, I was listening to Jan Bombcast there this morning though in work, and they're pretty much talking about this whole thing about the sort of launches and sort of what price it would be, and they assume it'd be like maybe $399 for like the sort of the middle tier product, and maybe the one that the gamers want, the people would want, will be like $499, which I could actually see happening.
Well, it depends on what comes with it, because if it's like a bigger hard drive, I mean, that's especially if it's like a PS3 scenario where you can replace the hard drive with like a laptop hard drive. Spending $100 for hard drive space just seems silly to me, and it's kind of, I mean, Sony and Microsoft aren't the only companies that do it. Apple does it with their iPhones, and just charging out the ass for memory just seems like the biggest sham ever that people fall for. I mean, with Microsoft, you actually had no choice because they had their drives that only would work with Xbox. So you either you had to just essentially take it. But I'm very interested to see what they're going to be doing, if they're going to be pushing specs or if they want to push either motion controls, which I think is probably not going to happen. It seems like that's somewhat dead. But
yeah.
I feel like
Connect,
the second screen. Well, it's
Connect's
not. Well,
I think Connect like it does like I think it still does pretty well though, but like the thing is, like, there's no games really, even for like maybe casual people. It doesn't seem to be any like great games.
It doesn't seem like they've supported it now. You know, if it's in the box, if they have some sort of, you know, it's been rumored that they'll have like a Connect 2, sort of an upgraded Connect where it'll track 4 people at once and greater accuracy. You know, maybe they'll have better support from developers, but honestly, even if they pack it in, I feel like most of the games will just be, you know, UFC trainer and Nike trainer and lose weight 2013.
Yeah, those types of games. Yeah.
I mean, which is fine. Well, I guess I haven't done them, but I assume it does them, you know, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's those type of games, dance games. That's where I've yet to see a motion control game really integrate motion into a compelling experience for most like core gamers. That just hasn't happened.
Well, that's where they go get their audience. I mean, Just Dance was one of the best-selling games last year.
Yeah, and that's fine. And that's cool. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one of the two follow Nintendo with the some sort of tablet or touchscreen device, which that also scares me. I just want my gamepad. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just fighting technology at this point, but it just doesn't seem like either motion controls or touchpads are gonna really do a whole lot to add to the experience. But you know, I'll wait and see what they have to cast final judgment. But that I'm very skeptical if they go down that route. That it's compelling.
I don't know. I haven't really played the Kinect. Played it, I think, once during a competition that we do every year, the gaming games that I'll talk about a little later. But that's the only time that I played a Kinect. And I wasn't really thrilled. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is awesome, look at this, hey, you know?
No.
It's like...
I'm just basically willing to sell my Kinect along with the games I have for it because it is just basically a piece of dust.
Yeah, my Kinect is sitting in my my old room at my parents' place, just sitting on a shelf. I mean, it was when I had it plugged in, it was weird because it would, you know, you'd be laying down and you'd get up and it'd move.
Xbox open.
It's like, is this thing watching me?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a hidden flipping camera goes up back to Microsoft headquarters.
Yeah.
Kinect, look away, I'm masturbating. God!
Shut off the Kinect and everything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it's not a PlayStation Move. That freaking piece of garbage hasn't done anything for Sony.
I wouldn't say it was a piece of garbage though, but it didn't really do that well. Like there was a handful of games that came out.
It's not the thing itself is not a piece of garbage, but it was so poorly advertised and integrated.
Yeah, and it was not well supported. Like I don't
know
of any games.
They just forgot about it.
Yeah, like they put it out. They had a few games, and then they're like, okay, we're good.
Yep. Okay.
We have our motion thing. Here we go.
There you go. There'll be a few games that come out every now and again that'll have motion support, move support, or we'll just throw them in later on post launch, like we did with like Heavy Rain and Resident Evil 5.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. For now, I'm not. It's like the whole 3D thing. I don't know. It's just it doesn't appeal to me at all.
I mean, what do you guys think will be included in either the PS4 or the Xbox?
There was that thing about Sony doing that patent, wasn't there, a few weeks ago, about this whole thing that you can use a game on one system.
Oh yeah,
that whole used thing where if you can't buy the used games, it only work on a certain system. You have to register for that system, and therefore, if you try to get and use it on another system, it won't work. therefore trying to kill the used game market.
And then thereby killing the new games market, because that it definitely supports people churning through games is what they want. I mean, you want people continuously playing games, and by not being able to resell them, there's an issue. So I mean, I don't understand why they can't wrap their head around that. Not every used game sale is a lost sale, because you can pick up people that, that will buy will love that game and will buy the sequel. And every game that comes out is like thought, well, how can we make this into a trilogy? So that's the mindset. It's not, well, we're just going to make this one game and be done with it. No, you make the game and you already plan out to make 3 at the very least.
Yep, exactly.
I don't understand the mindset with some publishers and even developers that think that used games are destroying the industry. That's completely ridiculous. It gets people playing the games, and that's what you want.
Because I don't know why people think that. It's really ridiculous.
Because the fact is, if you buy used games, especially from the GameStop, and then like majority of the money, pretty much, or all of the money goes towards GameStop's bank and doesn't really go towards the publisher, developer whatsoever. Although they already got that sale.
I do understand it, but they've already sold that game. I mean,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, they've already sold that game, and
but was it GameStop that sold that game? That's the thing.
Well, I mean,
maybe you bought it at Future Shop.
The first sale, it doesn't matter because they've already sold it. Subsequent sales, that's like, I'm sure. Well, I guess I'm not sure, but used books, used movies, it happens. It's a product that it's like, well, I don't need this anymore, and there's value in reselling it. So why not get some money back, and then you can use that money to buy a new game or buy a new movie or buy a new book.
Yeah.
It's just greed, at least in my opinion, that's driving that. And the real tragedy is by trying to eliminate these sales, they're going to end up hurting their business in the end, because if they go digital, you know that they're going to sell them at $60 a pop or 70, and there's no resale value. So
and it'll never go, and it won't go down for a long while either.
Well, I mean, it seems like even physical products are getting discounted. You see sales $10, $20 off a couple weeks.
Yeah,
after.
but for digital stuff now.
And that's true. They typically keep it at 60 though. With, like I was saying, with Sony, they seem like they keep the prices somewhat consistent with retail. That at least with new games, they don't do the whole $10 or $20 price drops. But in terms of a little bit older catalog games, you're not seeing, like on the Xbox, you'll see games that have been out for like 3 or 4 years be like $30, $40, even $60. Whereas Sony's games that they have on there, I think I saw like a $15 digital download, like full retail. I think it was a Bullet Storm maybe. So I mean, if they recognize that you are not paying this, like if you can't resell your product, that it's not worth $60 anymore, because there's at least a $20 resale value there that you're missing out on. So drop the price, but they're not going to do that. So
that's why I like playing on my PC now. I go on Steam, check out the games that are there. They get discounted pretty often, unless it's fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, Steam is digital distribution done right, and
exactly.
That's why they've had success, because they've treated their consumer right. They still get the people that really want to play the game day one, buying the game full price.
Yep.
But then they recognize that after that, people are waiting for a price drop. And
exactly.
Then they have those sweet sales around Christmas that makes people cry, because the deals are too good.
Christmas and the holidays, and you have also the summer sale.
I don't think this Christmas sale was that good this year, unfortunately, because I didn't really...
Well, we have everything.
Yeah.
We have everything there.
Well, everything I wanted, though. There was a few stuff that's like, oh, yeah, you know what, I'm going to get this here because it's discounted, though. For the most part, I was like, yeah, I already got this, I already have this. I don't like the fact that some of the deals, already, they fucking have them, like, fucking 3 or 4 times during the sale. Like, this game was already on sale, like, 2 days ago. Why is it on sale again?
Well, because maybe people missed the sale or something. I assume, you know.
Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, for like putting off twice is all right, but putting it on like 4 times is just a bit ridiculous.
Are you sure you don't want the game? Come on, it's $5.
Are you sure? Come on, buy it. Buy FTL. It's been on sale like 25 times already.
Yeah, and then like Spec Ops: The Line, that was on sale right during the thing. And it was on deal of the day or something, whatever, sometimes. And then once the sale was over with, it was a midweek sale, and it was fucking cheaper than it was when it came on during the sale. And I'm sure some people were pissed at that. I fucking got this game, and then you basically sell it for cheaper then.
That's how it goes. I mean, pretty much as time goes on, if you like track the things that you bought, especially like my TV. I think in 2008 or 2009, I can't remember what year I bought it. I think it was like $1,500, and then my dad was looking through and found it the next year. It was like $500 or $600, and he was just like, look at how much money you could have saved if you waited. And it's like you can beat yourself up about that stuff. So long as you got it and you like it. I mean, I still love my TV, and it's worth every penny, so.
Yeah, there's no reason to, it's like, okay, well, am I going to wait forever to play the game, or do I want it now? It's on sale, let's get it. I want to play it now, I want to buy it now. So am I going to wait another month, another 6 months, another year?
Yeah, at some point, it's just like, I want this fucking product. I'll get it. Yeah. Screw the money.
Yeah, screw the price or whatever. I can understand. I don't.
Screw the rules. I have money.
Make it rain.
I'm not really into the used game thing. Like I buy up most of my games new. Well, pretty much every game I buy is new. So I've sold games, but I've never bought used games. Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, just not to belabor the point, but as just an example, I had a shit ton of 360 games where I was just looking at my shelf and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I've either beaten these or I played them and I don't care for them anymore. I just packed up like 30 Xbox 360 games, brought them over to GameStop, and got, I don't know, I think it was like $100. No, I mean, it was like $150 or $200, something like that.
Store credit.
Store credit. Yep. And I used it to buy a new copy of Madden, and then I put money down towards a Wii U.
Okay.
That's taking. I mean, that's the thing I don't think they understand in terms of that's just me using my previous purchases to put money towards making new purchases on your new shit. You don't care about those old games. Those things have been out. They're not going to sell again. New at least.
Yeah.
So
I could pretty much do the same thing. I have a ton of Xbox games that I played that I didn't like or that I beat or I'm never going to play again, and I could grab all of those and go sell them. So,
I might start doing that as well, because Ben from the Radical Rascals, he just did that. He talked about it on Twitter where he pretty much talked about 100 odd games and traded them in, and he got I think $625 credit or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they had some sort of deal at the moment where if you trade in 7 games, you get an extra $30. So that just basically kept going whenever every 7 games you traded in. Then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's the way to go. I don't know why they want to block that, but anyway, it's going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
If that happens.
Yeah, I buy a good bunch of games used.
Mm-hmm.
So I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I do buy my fair share of new releases as well. but I want to try to stop that this year. I just want to try to limit to like 2 a month or so, which I've done this month. I got unitedgamedom and Devil May Cry.
You won't be able to do that, Darren.
Next month, the only games I'm getting next month is Ni no Kuni because it's come out in here in February, and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. That's it.
Okay. No Dead Space?
Dead Space 3. I haven't finished Dead Space 2. Couldn't care less about Crysis 3. What else is there? Couldn't care less.
Mike is gonna be mad at that Crysis 3 remark. He loves that Crysis. Mike hates it more.
Yeah, I didn't.
But that guy
changes
really his fucking mind all the time, though.
Yeah, I didn't care for the Crysis games all that much either. Well, I only played Crysis 1, but I didn't.
I enjoyed 2. 2 was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It looks nice, but it's kind of...
Yeah, I'm going to test my computer with that.
Yeah. And then Dead Space 3, I got the demo actually from Mike. I got a code, and I'll check that out. But Dead Space 2... Dead Space 1 was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dead Space 2, And then...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I haven't finished the game, but I don't know. Just something about it.
It just... I can't even explain why, but maybe it was just... I feel like it wasn't as scary. Maybe it was because I was more familiar with what was going to happen than the first one.
Scared.
Yeah. But yeah, that, and it looks like Dead Space 3, I mean, is going a bit more Gears of War-y, which...
Yeah.
And Lost Planet.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, this is this really survival horror at this point?
Nah, it's pretty much action now, like Resident Evil did.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, there's a place for that, but is that Dead Space? No, not really.
I don't know how it's going to do Dead Space, to be honest. I never finished 1 because I couldn't really get into it. I played 2 and I fucking loved it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I really, really love that game. And I'm not sure about 3 with the whole co-op thing. They say it's going to be as scary as...
No, that's what they say. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll check out the demo and I'll pick up the game at some point. I'm not making it a priority purchase. Like Dead Space 2, I got collector's edition day 1, and then I played it for a bit and I was like, nah. And then a couple of months later, I went back and finished it, and still wasn't really all that. Yeah. So
nobody interested in the Aliens, Colonial Marines?
I have no idea. I have seen nothing about that, so no interest.
It's pretty much the same thing. I've seen very little of that game. To sort of, like I said, I'm only getting Ni no Kuni and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which no fucking way was I waiting on that game.
Yeah, it looks alright, Metal Gear, but I have no interest whatsoever.
Yeah, because you don't like those kind of games. Despite the fact you want Devil May Cry for some reason.
So, like, I'd never played Metal Gear Solid game really up until 4. I mean, I played a little bit of, I think, 2, but I loved 4. Like, 4 was fucking fantastic. I don't really know anything about this new Metal Gear Solid game. Is it? I think tell me a little bit more about it.
I think it takes place after 4 now, but it's like a whole different. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's canon now, or I think it might not be though. But like it's pretty much just a whole different story anyway. So there's no snake or anything like that. It's just pretty much riding as his ninja form and going and cutting fucking dudes to death. Looks awesome.
That sounds alright.
If you played Bayonetta. You know what you're
never mind.
here.
Fuck that.
Screw you then, because Bayonetta's fucking awesome. Nah, it's basically...
I like Platinum games, but no, Bayonetta, no.
Well, now you're pissing me off. Anyway, I'm sorry, we're on a really long fucking tangent there. We've gone on for 20 minutes on a tangent.
That's alright.
So it's going to be 5 hours now we're going on for.
I have no games to talk about.
We've got the marathon, so...
Yeah, we got the marathon going until hockey, so...
Anyway...
in 2 minutes, and I'm actually walking around my apartment to find my remote to get my TV going. I will not be screaming because my team is not playing, but, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, moving on from that long-ass tangent about everything and the kitchen sink. This is one of the games that sort of caused controversy this week, which, once again, Twitter exploded with people. And it's about this whole Dead Island Riptide Special Edition.
Do you want to keep that till the discussion, maybe?
Well, we can briefly talk about it now if you want.
Okay.
But apparently it's Deep Silver apologized for Dead Island Riptide Bikini statue. For people who don't know, there's going to be a special edition for Dead Island Riptide. And it's pretty much a woman with no head, no arms or anything like that there, basically bloodied up, wearing a Union Jack bikini. And apparently the internet fucking exploded with rage. Mm-hmm. And, just got pissed off with something again. And therefore, the publisher had to apologize for it, or the publisher or whatever.
I heard that the bikini will vary depending on the country. That's what I heard.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I believe it's not coming out anymore. They canceled that.
Yeah, they're going to like that thing. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how this became a big controversy. I mean, then again, I'm not a woman, so I guess I can't speak for women on how they feel. But it just seems like it was a lot of people in the games press who are males saying this is offensive to women because, it's a statue with, flat stomach woman with big tits in a bikini with her head chopped off and her arms chopped off. So somehow that represented, overly sexualizing women, that women's, head and mind don't matter. It's all about, the stomach and the tits and ass and all that. So that's where the entire controversy came in. But it just seems like there's bikinied women in the game that you can hack up.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that is something that, I mean, the only reason they should have apologized is because it looked weird. Like, I don't know the person that would be like, all right, I'm totally going to put this on my bookcase. It's sweet. But
I'm sure there was people out there, maybe it's a minority, but
it just seemed like it was a whole lot of, it just seemed like the games press, looked at the news schedule and was just like, well, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Let's drum out some male versus female shit. Today,
let's
because
let's get the internet going again.
Let's just get some conversation started about men and women and how everything's unfair. So, yeah.
I don't know. It's just, you see women wearing these types of bikinis all the time. I mean, when in summer, not in winter, of course, but in summer, when you go to the beach or something like that, you see women wearing this. Okay, no, it's not, they don't have their heads chopped off or anything, but I don't know what the whole big, huge controversy is about.
Yeah, it's just, that's the thing. It's like, well, this is in the game, and I don't remember anything being brought up about the game. It's like, why? Because, actually, when I first played it, I played Dead Island, I think I might have talked about Dead Island the last time I
I think so, yeah.
But I was playing with a friend, and I mentioned to him, why is every single girl in this game in a bikini? I called that out when I thought it was weird, but I don't think anyone did. At least they didn't call it out like this is sexualization of women. No one called that out in the game. So contextually, this seems like an extension of the game. So if you didn't have a problem with the game, why do you have a problem with this sort of thing?
I didn't call that out because they're on vacation.
Yeah, no, and in the context of the game, I just thought it was weird that every single one was there, and all of them were big-breasted and in shape. Like, where's the, you know, lady in the bikini that probably shouldn't be in a bikini on vacation being a zombie? You know. But then again, you know, and I guess we can just jump right into the discussion, because it's so related. You know, it seems like a lot of women and a lot of men would just go along with this, that women are the only one that are portrayed, maybe not in a sexual manner, because men definitely aren't portrayed to a sexual degree as women are, but there's still idealization of what, you know, your average woman should look like and what your average man should look like, especially in like action movies or in in games. Everything's going to be pretty much an action movie, because no one's going to do a romantic comedy game, because that would be lame as hell. Yeah. So, I mean, you get like your Nathan Drakes and your Marcus Phoenixes and all these like big hulking dudes that are, you know, kick ass and are, you know, very macho. But then you have women that are portrayed as they have to be like these supermodels. So, I mean, both men and women in media get really skewed, at least in my mind, very skewed portrayals of what, you know, your ideal man or woman should be. Mm-hmm. But it seems like women get to say that, and if men start talking about how they're kind of getting the same thing, albeit to a different degree, you know, it's like, well, man up. It's like, well, fuck you, woman up then. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I've been talking for too long, so if someone wants to agree, disagree.
But yeah, well, I mean, you see all those Calvin Klein ads and all those, you know, you've seen many Calvin Klein ads with what's his name, Daniel Craig, and is he Calvin Klein or something else? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
It's Calvin Klein, some sort of form of that there, where it's
well, he's half naked, and you see him in his boxers or his underwear, and same thing happened a while back with Mark Wahlberg. You know, and other people, you know, Mark Wahlberg isn't a big fat dude, 350-pound dude. That's, you know, posing.
and it's not even like, you know, that you want to show. It's like, well, let's have a 350-pound dude in his underwear. But you know, if you're gonna
gross the audience out, that's
like if you're gonna model some underwear or bras or whatever, you're gonna show attractive people. I mean, because it's a natural thing. Like and like I talk about this idealization thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a huge problem, because it's just natural. You're attracted to good-looking men or women. It's, you know, what it's natural. What can you do?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the same thing for women. You know, if they see, you know, ads for Calvin Klein, and we won't go, oh my God, look at this. Why is that like this? You know, freak out. And you don't see guys doing that. I'm sorry, but
no, for the most part, you won't see guys. Just be, you know.
Well, I think that there are men that do think that. It's like, well, that's. But they won't say it because they've been trained that they shouldn't, because that's not manly, or that's not masculine to do that, to complain about that. But I do think that there are plenty of men with body image issues, and it's not the fault of media. I mean, it does certainly contribute to that, but it's.
I mean, women have body issues as well, though.
No. yeah, like
Yeah.
women totally do, and so, but I'm just saying that women aren't the only ones that do.
Yeah.
Men do as well, and they might not talk about it as much because it's not as accepted, I think, for men to complain about something like that. It's more that, you know, we're more meant to deal with it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bringing it back to the whole video games thing as well. It's not like this is sort of like associated with video games now. It's just the whole thing with, female gamers as well, where some female gamers get criticized because so like there's kind of two forms of female gamers. There's the sort of proper sort of female gamer who's like not dressed, he's pretty much dressed in easy sweatpants or like t-shirts and all this here, and like you could say they're definitely a proper gamer. They like their games and all. And there's this one who's pretty much like a model showing their cleavage and all this here, and you always hear people...
The brag dolls and all those...
Yeah, all those things. And some of them saying, oh, I'm a female gamer, I'm better than you. You should like me because I'm pretty and I have big breasts and all this here.
Yeah. I play video games. I know what video games are. I play video games,
so guys, you should really like me.
Well, I mean, I actually don't blame them for doing that because... Some men pay attention to that, and that's fine. Like that, if they want to, if that's what they want to do, that they have an audience, and if they're entertaining people, that's all power to them. I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean,
yeah, but some people do though. Just because the fact is, oh fuck you, just go to hell and all this, and it's like, what do you know about this game? You're just reading off. Like, I actually watched a few videos of this channel. There's only 2 videos of it on YouTube earlier this week. Whereas these two sort of pretty girls. One review was for Diablo 3 and the other one was for Terra. And you could tell that they were just reading off a teleprompter. They weren't even like, they were just reading off, and you could clearly tell they were reading off a teleprompter.
Well, I mean, that might not be completely fair because... they could very well have written the copy of what they were going to say, but they didn't have the
Zach one. I didn't. I don't think it
like.
Was
well, maybe. I mean, I don't know what you're specifically referring to, but they could have written the words and had the opinions, but they didn't have the ability to say it well. Like. Have a good presentation for the review, so they wrote it down and read it.
Just go on YouTube later and put in Z Game Network, all one word, and see if those videos come up. There's only like 2 videos of the channel. That's it. And just say what you just think anyway. It's not really condoning or anything. It's just strange. I've never seen it before anyway. With like that kind of just usually say female like those kind of. One's just basically looking at the camera and just saying, stuff rather than pretty much looking at the left or right or whatever and reading the teleprompter.
Yeah, you have to link me, but I do think there's danger in assuming that, oh, well, she's pretty, there's no way she can play games sort of mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, there are good-looking women in the games industry that know their shit. Like, there's one example, Veronica Belmont. I don't remember where she did like the core thing for Sony for a while, but I think she was at like Revision 3. Like she knows her shit. So I mean, there's also the danger of overcorrecting, being like, well, you're pretty. What are you doing down with us neckbeards?
Thing. Yeah, exactly. Especially, I mean, I have nothing against some guys just their hair. I don't know if it's still like that, but I know. Couple of years ago, they'd hear a female voice like in Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
And they go ape shit.
Yeah.
And just,
send a messages and there's like 2 different types of just like awful dudes in gamings. Like the ones that are just like, so like say like a girl does like a YouTube videos or something, and then they like chase her down and send her messages that are like really creepy. Or the ones that are just like, fuck you, woman, you're just using your vagina to get all this, success. It's
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just trying to, at least for the most part, I think they're just trying to connect with the community and all that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find them entertaining, watch them, and
yeah, exactly.
It's
like I have nothing against that. Sure.
Yeah, if you don't, then you don't, but you don't need to.
Like, I don't really have a huge problem with it. I know some people do have a huge problem with those kind of people. That basically say, you're not a real gamer, just go fuck off already.
Yeah, well, there's casual gamers now. There's a ton of them, so can be men, can be women. I see people play on their cell phone every day when I take the metro. Like, it's, they're playing different types of games.
Yeah, I mean,
really casual games or really hardcore games. It just depends on,
Yeah.
Gaming industry is getting bigger, so we just have to live with that. Men, women, whatever,
Yeah,
that video's gone now, apparently. I don't know how. I only watched it the other day.
Deleted from YouTube.
Nice. No, I think the expansion of the industry into all these different segments is good. It just gets more people into gaming, and I think that's what we want. So,
I think the whole big tits thing is less apparent now in video games than it was before. You had your Lara Crofts and your like every video game, it seemed like you had women with really big tits and stuff.
Yeah, and I think even with Tomb Raider, like the character is still very attractive, so there is still a sex appeal, and a big part of their marketing is marketing the girl that is playing Lara Croft. So it's still there, but I don't think you can completely. At least in terms of marketing, sex sells. It's just
anywhere, any
like you. You can decry it as much as you want, but it's just it's a stone cold fact.
Sex and violence.
Yeah, and with the Tomb Raider game, it seems like they've kind of toned down the.
Oh yeah.
Toned down, and then within the game, they've, at least in terms of their marketing, they've tried to also talk about how like this is an origin story and really dive deep into the character, Lara Croft's character and all that. So there's that, there's the whole, this is still an attractive woman portraying Lara Croft, but then there's also there's at least thought involved in terms of just trying to also explore the character. It's not just like, oh, look at us do this, angle on her ass, or
Yeah.
So there's depth there, and that's always encouraging.
Mm-hmm. We'll just have to wait to see how it turns out. But there's always going to be sexism in video games, so I think it's never going to go away, sadly.
There's going to be sexism in the real world as well, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's just people that are too small-minded and not there.
Yeah.
You can never sort of say why certain, whatever gender you are, basically whatever race you are as well, have to get these privileges or don't get these privileges or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's double standards for everyone. It's hopefully something that gets corrected, but I think at least in terms of some people, it's gonna happen. For as long as humans exist, there's always going to be some sort of an unfairness or injustice, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting back to the story now, this is actually cancelled, this bikini statue then, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, that I did not know of.
Yep.
Yeah. They removed it because of the complaints and everything. They just decided, whatever.
Yep.
That's we'll take it off and whatever.
I wonder who designed that kit, because I'm sure a lot of people blasted that because a lot of people were going up in storm about that.
I think they said it was someone in their UK office. So hence
the Union Jack bikini.
So
I mean, who cares? It doesn't really bother me, but I wouldn't have bought that. Who cares? You know.
I wouldn't have bought it either, but I'm not saying, oh my god, that looks hideous or anything like that.
Yeah, I really think the big controversy should have been that who the fuck would pay $20 or $30 extra for this stupid statue? Not that, oh, well, they've made this statue. Clearly, they're making a commentary on how women don't matter as humans, but they're just essentially things that have tits and a hole to put your penis. So
yeah, I don't know where they get. I don't know where people who actually said that get.
I saw a number of people on Twitter talk about it. I think it was just more that they have actual real world complaints, and they were transferring their anger, their disappointment with something that's actually happening in the real world, and then putting it on this statue that is just it was just a big overreach in my mind. But
yeah, so. I agree. So yeah.
Anything else before we move on, gentlemen? I say not this discussion out of the way then.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, nothing else to add, I guess.
Yeah.
Now it's gone, so it won't. Maybe they're going to do a male torso. Who knows? We'll see.
Or they'll do like there was like a Walking Dead. I think on like the season 2, like they had a collector's edition season 2 where like one of the zombies from the show that had a very kind of iconic face that I think what was her name? The blonde-haired lady. The one that with the sister that died. I spoiler alert, but she killed him with a screwdriver, and it was that guy with the screwdriver in his eye, and I think you like opened up his head, and then like the DVDs laid.
Yeah, I have that actually.
Yeah, so I mean, I was browsing through like NeoGAF and reading all the hilarious reactions from that forum, and someone posted that. It's like, where was this? Where does this fit in?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it looks nice. I bought it because I thought it was.
Well, yeah, really... like that's actually the difference. Like that is actually a pretty high quality, replica. Whereas this looked like it was done by someone in like
a blind person.
Yeah, just like some 8-year-old in China or Cambodia that's been working for 68 hours straight, passed out when they did it.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to happen, so I guess we move on to Walt Disney. From
pretty good transition.
Yes.
Yes. Horses, Walt Disney, same thing.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, it was a trailer and all that there, and news broke out this week about pretty much the Disney version of Skylanders is coming in June, which is known as Disney Infinity. So, Dennis, take it away.
Yeah, well, it was announced this week. We saw the trailer and everything. Trailer looks pretty sweet. Something that kind of looks like Skylanders. Like there's a little, you just see at the very beginning of the trailer. Like they put like one of the monsters from Monsters Inc. and what
Sully.
The hell is it? Sully and Jack Sparrow into this little platform. It's written Infinity, and they just like jump into the game, so it looks pretty much like Skylanders for that. And it will apparently feature like a whole ton of Disney characters that you can play with in this universe, which they say you can create your own universe.
Yes,
and stuff.
that was that's probably one of the advantages this game has over Skylanders, where you can actually create your own levels and like create your own worlds and all that there, and bring any sort of kind of Disney character that's available into it, where it's like Woody or any Pixar ones or anything like that now.
No, they purchased Marvel, and they also purchased LucasArts. Yeah. So I wonder if they're also going to include Marvel characters and Star Wars characters. Cause,
yeah.
Man, all I can think of is they're going to make so much money off of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it seems like it's going to be Skylanders, only it's going to be more expensive because it's Disney with all of their, characters that everyone loves. All I can think of is that they should have Scrooge McDuck diving into his pile of gold as one of the characters, because that is what they're going to make so much money off of this.
Yeah, well, if you look at the picture that I put in the link, it pretty much looks like New Age Disney characters. Like, you don't see Cinderella.
Yeah, you don't see any of the... You see some of the like the newer ones, like some of the Pixar. You see, like, Mike and Sully from Monsters, Inc. You see Mr. Incredible, Jack Sparrow, and, like, more of the, like, modern sort of characters than...
Ralph is there.
For now.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, if they do, like, a sequel or do just more figurines, I'm sure they're going to bring some of the older ones and, like, have, like, Mickey Mouse and that there.
Not even a sequel.
Like, the Disney universe, and then when you throw in Marvel and Star Wars, come on. It's just going to be... It is obscene how much money that they're going to make off of this.
Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, it's going to be... It's going to be just freaking nuts. If they put everything in that, I mean, like, if they put, like you said, Star Wars and the Marvel license in there. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're going to blow Skylanders out of the freaking water.
Yeah, Skylanders did pretty great. I mean, I'm reading that they made $500 million. That's pretty solid. But Skylanders is...
Because the figurines are fucking so expensive.
Well, actually, I think they weren't too bad. They were probably like $6 or $7, I think. This is going to be...
Like I think they were more than that. They're like £8 here for a figurine.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, maybe.
You're better off getting £3.
Yeah, if they did that, I mean, even bigger kudos for them to be able to sell Skylanders, because that... I guess Skylanders, at least as far as I understand it, is kind of an extension of the Spyro universe, right?
Yeah.
It's basically Sparrow. It was like Skylanders Sparrow's Adventure, the first one, and then
it was like
Skylanders Giants. It's basically like we don't need the Sparrow name.
Spyro.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive that they had this, found a way to make some money with the Spyro license. That's pretty impressive.
Which hasn't been.
But Spyro doesn't have anything to do in the fuck. I mean, he's a character, but it's not based around.
Spyro. I know, but they had it and then they extended it.
Yeah.
It's like we have this dragon. Let's make more dragons and then make tons of money. Mm-hmm. So I mean, kudos.
Like you ask all of the kids, pretty much all of the kids that. I'm not talking about Jeff Gertzman here, but you ask, like, all of the kids that have the Skylanders set. Like, I could ask my nephew, he has some, and I ask him, you know who Spyro is? And he'd be like, no. He's a character in the game, but no. Did you know that he had video games before this? I didn't know that. I have no idea. You could ask any kid.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Any kid is not older than like 15 now. If it's like 10 years old, they're not going to know who Sparrow is. Probably they're like, okay.
Is there like a main dragon, or is there a character from it? Because it looked like from the Skylander marketing, Spyro at least featured on most of it.
Yeah, Sparrow is
at least one of the.
Yeah, he's one of the starter characters you get as the pack, and I think Cinder as well. You can get who's like. In the sort of Legend of Sparrow series, is like his I think his arch rival at first, and then becomes like his ally, I believe. I think. So,
but fuck you put Skylanders who are pretty much unknown. Well, now they're more. I guess they're more known now, but you put that up against Disney with everything that Pixar has done, the Star Wars and that. Fuck.
Yeah, Skylanders as a franchise is going to get destroyed by this. Activision, when this released, probably screamed the loudest fuck ever heard, so.
Oh, yeah. Even if they did post a news article wishing Disney the best or something like that.
But really, they're like, you fucking bastards.
Yeah, we're fucking dead.
Hey, at least we still have Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get the studio that makes all the Skylanders to do the Call of Duty maps.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's going to be fucking huge. That is going to be one huge game.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think they'd actually put it later in the year during the holiday season because it would make so much fucking money during... I'm sure it is going to make a lot of money during the holiday season, but it probably would have been even made... You think they'd fucking leave it till like later on in the year?
Yeah, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to release, here's Disney Infinity, and here's a couple of characters. And then when the holidays come around,
we'll release more characters.
Here's Star Wars, and here's Marvel, and here's, like, it's going to sell like hotcakes.
Yep.
I doubt they're going to do Marvel and LucasArts stuff, Lucasfilm stuff. No, I don't know. I doubt they're going to do it now.
Oh, I doubt it at all.
Yeah,
maybe
they would be
in the future, but
they would be idiots to not. I mean, they won't do it all at once, but they would be idiots to not have, that brand extension. They own all the licenses. It's not a, it's so much money that they're leaving on the table if they don't.
Oh yeah.
Do that. It's
I
so
have
much.
absolutely no doubts at all.
Like
that's gonna...
if Disney owned the Lord of the Rings license, I would be buying Disney Infinity. I would be getting me some Bilbo, some Gandalf, some Gimli. Yeah. So I mean.
Give me a fucking leg. Give me a bloody little wee figurine of the Balrog and go around with the Balrog. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, get the Balrog and then Gandalf and then just go around screaming, "You shall not pass." So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, already with the possibilities are endless with Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
Especially if the kids can create their own.
There is
stuff.
Perhaps an infinity of combinations.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Ending
I
on
think
that.
that's.
Yeah, I think that's
It's a good bookend.
Good night, everybody. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the biggest selling games of the year, by far.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to sell like hotcakes.
Depends on the price, though.
Nah.
Oh, not even. I don't think it even.
I mean, if they were going to sell it for like $300, but I think it's $75 for the game and 3 figurines.
They're not idiots.
They're not Skylanders, pretty much. Then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the figurines are a little bit more expensive, but that's to be expected because it's
Disney.
It's Disney, and they can charge more because it's more iconic characters. So
yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be a big game.
Anyway, moving on from sort of bit of a sadder news. Well, mainly from my side of the ocean now is the UK retailer HMV enters administration. This came up like the start of last week there, so it did. Or started this week. On Monday, where pretty much Twitter went like HMV is entering administration, and I know it's in Canada, so it is.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's just the UK side of things that are entering administration. It's basically gift vouchers are no longer accepted. So if you want to go into a store and spend your maybe a gift voucher you got for Christmas, you're pretty much screwed. It says, gift vouchers no longer accepted, but the troubled high street retailer will keep all 239 9 stores open while it attempts to find a buyer. So, it's basically just the sign of the times as well, because of the fact is that last year, Game, nearly a year ago, went in an administration, but luckily they managed to, get out of it because it got bought out by someone. I forget what it was, but unfortunately, stores got closed, and fortunately, one of those stores was the one I go to. And I wonder if it's going to be the same thing here, where they're going to have to shut down a bunch of stores to survive and get bought out, and the store in my local city, my local town, gets closed as well. And if that's the case, then that is pretty much it for me in terms of stores that sell games here, because there is nothing else.
You're screwed if they decide to...
I mean, how big is your city?
It's not that big.
Okay.
It's pretty small. Like, it was a town, but it became a city like 10 years ago or so. But like, I live in a village though, but like the city's like, it's like 3 miles away.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's not a whole lot there. Like, there's a shopping centre, has a bunch of stuff though, and there's 2 shopping centres. But there's very few stores that would like interest me now. Like, there's a few stores, like there will be stores that would sell games though, but it's not like, you know, Game or like HMV, like that caliber now. So.
And I didn't put it up here, but I think Blockbuster also is going...
Yes, Blockbuster's also
under
in administration. It's basically bankrupt as well, which I think some people over here is like, Jesus, they're already coming in now. Jesus, they're still around.
Yeah,
like
they're gone here in Canada. They're disappeared completely.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
I actually thought they were gone as well until that came out. I think it was the next day. It's like, jeez. I never used Blockbuster. There's no Blockbuster around here. I used it once or twice while I was in Edinburgh, because there was one nearby, where I lived in Edinburgh, the flat. But that was it.
I haven't went out to rent anything in I don't know how fucking long.
Yeah.
Like, go out and rent a DVD or rent a video or something like that. I don't know how long it's been since I've been in a place to rent a video. I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah, I think the last time I went was maybe like a year ago, and that was because my half brother wanted to rent something. I'm like, okay. Then I went to a family video. So, yeah. I mean, digital has... I mean, I think digital renting has kind of well, not digital renting. Netflix has killed. Oh, yeah. Because it's like, well, we just want to watch a movie, but we don't really know.
I don't want to get into
pop on Netflix. There's going to be something to watch.
Yeah, so. I love film over here now, pretty much.
I'm in my my sweats, and I don't want to get out and, over here, like, take all the fucking snow off the car and get in the car and go rent a...
Sweats, I'm free-balling
it. Yeah. So fuck it, so I'm just going to sit here, rent something online, and that'll be that. I mean, I can understand if people are getting lazy. That's just normal. I mean, with everything coming out, And I actually work for a company that has a section that actually... We have a couple of stores that rent video games, movies, and stuff like that. But we also rent like decoders and not decoders, but cable boxes and stuff like that you can watch TV on. So that's kept us afloat. But we also rent movies and we also rent games. People still go in to rent games once in a while.
Yeah, there is. I'm sure. Like. There will be people, like there is a local place here in the city as well that you could still rent games though, but I'm not going to do it there because the fucking price is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like
I know.
£5 for 3 nights, £7 for 5 nights, which I think is fucking ridiculous. Where I could just pay £5 odd a month on Love Film and get a game out, and I can have it as long as I want.
Yeah,
why would I pay fucking the same price for a game and we can get it for a couple of nights?
Yeah, the problem with renting games is just the time. You need more time than a movie.
Yeah.
So
a movie's like 2-3 hours and you're done.
Yeah.
It takes more time to complete and all that. So I think all retailers like that are gonna disappear at one point. there aren't going to be any more.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's like 4,350 employees.
Yeah.
In HMV.
Yeah, that's too bad. That is too bad.
Yeah. And I really like HMV though. Like, there's some people who are just like, oh, I'm fucking glad it's going, and pretty much the same way with like Game last year. It's like I'd never had a huge problem with HMV, never have. But yet there's people who hate them just as much as they hate games. Like, oh, they overcharge stuff, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, sure, but they have sales, and most times their sales are pretty good.
Yeah. But, we have one here. I haven't been in an HMV in I don't know how long. Because, I pretty much buy my games online, or I'll go into a Future Shop or something like that. But, and I don't buy music anymore at stores. Like, I haven't bought a physical CD in I don't know how long.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like subscription models are killing any sort of rental business.
I don't really go with subscription stuff anyway. I just tend to just buy it like down.
Yeah, like I mean, at the very least, in terms of movies and music, like I have Netflix and I have Spotify. Done. Don't need to buy any movies really. Instead of just popping on Netflix and watching what they've got, or Spotify has pretty much everything anyway, so. Why buy anything?
How much is Spotify a month?
$10.
Okay, that's not so bad.
They have a free version where you can still listen to everything on your PC at least, but it has ads. But to get full access with no ads and then access on your phone, it's $10, which that's fine. I'm okay with that. That gets me through work most days. So
yeah. Netflix over here is pure garbage, so...
Yeah, no, really. You need to move it to America for the Netflix.
No, he just needs to put in the thing on the DNS so he can access the Netflix library like I do.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I still have Netflix, though, because if all I had was the UK one, fuck that. I would have gotten rid of it probably long-ass time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah...
These are lucky.
I'm pretty sure that they know that that's a thing, and they're totally okay with it, but they just can't say that they're okay with it. There's, laws and shit, but I'm sure that's a big reason why in international places that they still have subscribers. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think so also.
So anyway, unfortunately, HMVs, unfortunately it's going to be going though, baby. I just have to wait and see what this time what future will hold for HMV. Like I'd hate to see it go, cause like if it goes here and if it closes here, all I have like I've CEX, which is basically a second-hand store of games. I've Sainsbury's, which is a supermarket chain which sell games but not a whole lot, and X Division, which that's the rental place, but their games, the fucking lineup they have suck as well, and their pre-owned prices and that there are shite. They're fucking too damn much. So anyway, moving on here to political agenda, I presume.
Yeah.
Mr. Barack Obama calls for game violence research. This is probably the fucking longest news we've ever done as well. We've gone over an hour already because of the tangents and that. So
yeah, but we don't have much to talk about else. So
well, I do, but I'm not going to go through all of those games like detail. Just mainly just one. So Obama calls for game violence research. So what's this all about, Dennis or Art? Whoever wants to take it.
It's pretty much that after the whole Sandy Hook elementary school shooting in Connecticut here, certain people pointed to gun control or lack of gun control in America being the problem. Then people that really like guns pointed to our violent culture, our music, movies, but most specifically violent video games. So this is just them placating the gun lobby to just look and see that, still no connection between violent video games and horrific shootings. So it'll be like the 60th study that's been done that confirms that. But apparently we need more studies, so that's really all that is. Just
in our words, why did you put this story up, Dennis?
Well, I thought we could talk a little bit about it. I don't know.
Well, like it's just basically flogging a dead horse at this point. We've already heard this before. It's a survey that suggests that video game violence, like basically, make flipping murderers out of kids. And that's very, 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 very unlikely. There's just some people out there who have some sort of mental problems that not fully to do with video games.
No, it's really what it comes down to is, at least in my mind, comes down to people don't have actual access to affordable mental health care. They go undiagnosed, and then they do crazy shit.
Yeah. And people look to reasons why instead of saying, "Oh, it's not the healthcare, it's not it's not any NRA or anything like that. It's just because he played a violent video game, and that's what caused him to go out and shoot people," which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, like there's millions of people out there play video games. So if all of us had to say, if all of us were like that there now, what the world would be fucking deserted. If we all played video games and all of a sudden, you know what, I'm going to go out and fucking, you know what, something's in my brain ticks, and like go out and fucking, shoot or stab people or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of, anyway, I don't know, related a little bit, I don't know if you guys saw the NRA released their, I think it's on mobile devices.
Yeah, they released some sort of game or something, didn't they? Which I find, I have to laugh at.
1 month to the day after the Sandy Hook shooting.
Yeah.
Which is, Jesus.
Go fuck yourself, NRA.
Yeah. It's like, here's a touch video game to help you defend yourself, if something like that happens. It's like, what the fuck, really?
Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous that, I think one of their big things was that they think that every school in America should have an armed guard now. It's like, that's really conducive to a learning environment, and completely ignores the fact that Columbine happened and there was an armed guard in Columbine. So
that's what I was going to say.
Nothing that will probably just cause. I mean, even worse. Like some people were saying that teachers should have guns.
Yeah,
it's like, what? Like, do you want to mortify your children? Like, if kids knew that, like, I would just be completely afraid of, like, if I was that kid, I would just be completely afraid of that teacher.
Going to school.
Well, yeah, like, you got to walk by the armed guards, go into the classroom where the teacher's packing heat, so if, like, you don't get the answer right, or...
Yeah, especially
answer the damn question. Answer it.
Especially if you annoy them too much that they sort of, pull something out of their jaw and say, right, if you fucking annoy me one more time, I'm going to shoot this up in the air, and I'll teach you a lesson or something.
Yeah, who knows? I mean
really,
most teachers could probably be responsible gun owners, but I mean, let's be real here. Like, it would just cause more problems. Like, students rushing the teacher, grabbing their gun, and like, I mean, it just, that blew my mind that people thought that was a reasonable. I mean, certain people. It was a very slim majority of people. I mean,
I do not know how that can even.
But yeah, it was really weird that some people could think that would work, and that like they didn't think it through. That maybe teachers having guns. Nah.
Yeah, but I mean, other related topic. Did you guys see the video of Piers Morgan and that crazy ass dude that was on his show that wanted Piers Morgan
Alex
to be
Jones or whatever his name is or something?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say it, but I fucking hate Piers Morgan. He's a fucking twat.
Yeah, I think there was a petition by that guy to get him to deported back to Britain, and then in Britain there was a petition to say, no, you keep him. So he's a man without a country.
Yeah. No, I hate him. He's just a twat. He's just an idiot, dickhead.
Yeah.
Because he did Britain's Got Talent here, and he did America's Got Talent over there, and he has that own show now or something, and
yeah, he's replacing Larry King, I think.
He's like he's like on the CN or something, whatever the fuck it is. Like, I couldn't care less about him.
You wake like, hello, you're on the air.
Larry King's joined us.
Yeah, but yeah, I watched the video. You guys should probably take a look. I don't think Piers Morgan says one complete sentence in the entire video.
How long is that?
It's probably, 12 minutes maybe?
Okay.
Something like that. And the guy just goes on and on and on and on and on. And Piers Morgan tries to ask him a question, about why did the guy had a semi-automatic gun, and all that. And he's like, that's not the point, that's not the question. And keeps, deferring to England and all the deaths that happened in England.
Second Amendment, la 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 la.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's deaths in England and all that. They're here in the UK, but it's nowhere near the fucking volume that happens in the US.
I think there's 34 gun kills in England or something, deaths by guns in England.
Yeah, that's
States is like 1,800 or something like that.
Oh, I mean, that's there's maybe not guns, but yeah, murders. We do murders here sometimes. Like my hometown.
It happens.
Like when I was my hometown, I think in 2002 maybe, there was a shooting at our courthouse where like a dad killed his wife and kid because he was getting divorced or something. Mm-hmm. And then we went a couple of years, but then I think in the past maybe year and a half, there's been like 7 murders. Like a kid that used to go to my rink got stabbed to death. Then I think just last week a woman was almost killed. She was but at gunpoint, abducted, raped, and he was going to kill her. She escaped, went to this person's house, they let her in, he tried to burn their house down.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Then got on a high-speed chase and then shot and killed. So, my hometown's going to shit.
Yeah, we have stuff like that here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's Montreal. It's a big city, so things will happen. But my town's not that big. I mean, it's 25,000 when college isn't in session, 50,000 when it is. I mean, it's not an insubstantial town. It's just, my illusion of that town being just like, Pleasantville or whatever is just completely shot to shit because there's been just like a lot of murders the past little while.
Yeah, when you see that, you feel like, holy shit, I thought I lived in a quiet part of the world, and stuff like that happens. It's just mind-blowing.
Yep.
It's insane. I mean, even the people at Sandy Hook, I mean, that was a quiet town.
Well, yeah, like, it is weird. That town is about the size of, my hometown of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and, yeah, a lot of the people in our community were just like, wow, that could totally happen here.
Yep. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But, I don't think it's all related to video games whatsoever.
No.
No, of course not.
So I guess we should move on to the other big news.
Yeah, something I'd like to share my 2 cents with. A game came out last week, so it did. Yep. And a game that I got, and I'll talk about more when we get to it, whenever we get to it.
Yeah, whenever, yeah.
At this point. Devil May Cry, or to give it its full proper title, which is stupid, capital D, small m, capital C, Devil May Cry. No colon or, hash, hyphen or anything like that. Came out, and it got pretty much a lot of positive reviews.
It got really good reviews.
Yeah, there's been a few mixed, like Adam Sessler did a mixed review of it. He thought the combat was good, but it didn't really hook him.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the other reviews were pretty brave. We got like 8.9 on IGN, 8 on GameSpot. Brad Shoemaker gave it 5 stars, which I was pleasantly surprised with. But of course, this has been a positive game. This being the internet, it gets blasted to fucking hell on Metacritic user ratings.
Yep.
By small-minded people who feel that this game is basically a big injustice to their beloved series. And,
too easy.
It's too easy. The combat's not as complex or anything like that now, and therefore, and basically some people probably just reviews there without even playing the fucking game, which pisses me off as well.
But you know what we call that? A troll. So, that's how we call them.
Yeah. Now, it's basically it's a user's attack game for its narrative and simplistic combat. Now, like, if you ever played the Devil May Cry games, they're known for sort of for being pretty hard, especially 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 was renowned for being pretty damn hard. The only one I've ever finished is the first one. And I really like the first one. And I got this one. Knowing what to expect, I know it was going to be different. It was going to be a reboot. It's going to be completely different Dante look and all that, their story and things like that. I was like, yeah, I'm fine with this. I like the Devil May Cry series. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I could see where they're going here. It's Ninja Theory who did Heavily Sworded and Enslaved, and I'm going to say, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to talk about it more later. But there's people out there pretty much just fucking condemn this game from day one. Whenever I saw the new look of Dante, they're like, fuck this game, and they just have nothing positive to say about it ever since then. Yeah. Now, I don't mind if you tried the game out and it wasn't for you. Like, say, I like the Devil May Cry series. I'm a big fan of it. I tried this game. I didn't like it. I prefer the old, like the more complex combat that makes it harder to actually pull off triple S ranks and all that there. I don't mind that. But just people out there who are just so fucking bashing it to death and back with just saying blasphemous things to Capcom and Ninja Theory and all that there for ruining their franchise just because the fact is it's completely different to what they love. And the fact is, if this didn't happen, you probably wouldn't have gotten a follow-up Devil May Cry game. They had to go in this different direction though because, Devil May Cry 4 that didn't really set the world on fire, did it? When it came out 2008? No. It says many of the complaints are aimed squarely at Ninja Theory's characters and narrative, with many criticizing some of the late game and spoiler-filled actions of Dante and his acquaintances. And there's another common criticism is the level of difficulty, with many accusing it of being too simple for their taste, even on its more challenging modes. So yeah, there's some people that say, yeah, the combat's not as good as it's simple, it's not as great as it is. Like, I personally love the combat in this game. It is, I guess it is simple, it is accessible though, but I honestly prefer that rather than trying, basically on the Ninja Gaiden level of difficulty now. Ninja Theory's take on this says it's a very advanced this announcement, but most critics have embraced the game. The new combat approach alongside its attempts to engage with themes of capitalism and corporation in particular have been praised in reviews. Sure, you may balk at Dante's trendy new HUD cut, or maybe even miss a little of that B-movie Devil May Cry insanity, said GameSpot's Warcom in his review, but the art of what makes the series so enticing and so much fun to play holds true here. And I agree with that. Like, the story is, it is kind of tacky, though, it's kind of, silly, but that was always the case with the previous Devil May Cry games. The combat is simpler, but it's kind of the same way as well. And I personally really like the game, but there's just some people out there just really hated it. And just didn't want to like it whatsoever. And I think the fact is, what pisses on more is because people like this game. They're waiting for this game to get fucking the bomb and just get slammed to hell by reviews. It's the same thing with Resident Evil 6 a few months ago, where people just were pissed off because this game that they're very much looking forward to got slammed by reviews, and people were like, "Why the fuck is what reviews?" No, this is not the case, because the fact is, fucking Resident Evil 6 is great and all that there. Like, what the fuck was this reviewer smoking or whatever? I don't know what do you guys take on this?
Well, I'm looking at the review, the user quote unquote reviews page on Metacritic, and it's not only a review. It's most of them aren't really reviews. It's just complaining.
No, they're not reviews. They're not reviews. They're just fucking posts. They're just like trolls.
And it's like 0010000.
I mean, I feel like reviews are, or at least responses to reviews are just like, all right, I'm going to read this review to see if they agree or disagree with me, and then if it doesn't conform to what I believe, I'm going to leave just some nasty comments.
Exactly.
It's the internet. It's just like, I can't be like, well, no, I feel that it's not as good of a game because X, Y, and Z. It's, you're a fucking retard, what are you doing? Fuck your mother, etc.
Yeah.
It's the internet being the internet.
Yep.
There's people out there that goes like, oh, just basically love to complain about anything now.
Yeah, and there's trolls everywhere, so
yeah.
Somebody puts down something and then the trolls are going to come in and just like bash on the thing. Like, it's, if you just look at the user reviews page, how can you give a game a 0?
Because they can. Yeah, it's like 1. No, just because the fact is, they can give it a 0. Okay, this game sucks balls. Some of them, like, I'm sure some people on there are just basically doing it, like, oh, I played this game, it sucks balls, etc., etc. But there's ones in there just basically, like you said, Denis, trolling. They just want to be part of the bandwagon. Hey, I want to jump on here and just basically slam this game to hell without even playing it.
Well, you are technically part. Well, never mind.
What are you going to say?
Because I'm being a hypocrite because I'm doing the same thing or something?
No. I guess, is Ireland a part? It's its own country. It's not a part of the UK, correct?
Northern Ireland, where I'm from, is a part of the UK. The Republic of Ireland, which is the Southern Ireland, is not.
Okay, I was just gonna make the joke that, oh well, you're from the UK, so you're just looking out for the UK developer, man. There's a UK conspiracy.
Yeah, there's people saying that as well, like in the feedback. Did you watch it? There's
that's
basically some comment said about that as well. Oh, it's a UK guy reviewing a UK developed game. Obviously, they got paid off, and and Devil May Cry, I think Jump Bomb just said took a little dig of that as well. Did you decrease the star shot? No, the check cleared. Just the check cleared beforehand.
Yeah.
So something like Brad Shoemaker said something like that. It's like a little wee dig of that whole, or you're getting paid off by the developers or something for giving a good review, etc. Which there is people out there believe that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is fucking nuts, but
yeah. It's like obviously they got paid off, and that's why they got a good review.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people say that for IGN now, because you see some of their reviews, a lot of their reviews are pretty high. I was like, oh, okay, they got paid off.
Yeah, and if you look at the user score on Metacritic, it's at 3.9, which is kind of.
And what's
kind of low.
What's the actual review, like the critic one?
The Metascore is at 86.
There you go. There's completely worlds apart.
Yeah. So, it's just trolling. It's just, people getting mad at something, just for, like, a couple of people will say, oh, no, it's not like it was before. If you're going to reboot a franchise, that's how you have to change stuff in it,
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I said, if you played the game, you played through the game and all that there, and I just said, this wasn't for me, though. I just didn't like it. Like, I was talking to someone about this on Twitter there earlier this week, and he just basically said, yeah, I played through the game, just like, I was expecting it to be meh, and what I got was meh. But like I say, okay, you didn't think the game was all that great, though, but you played through it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. some people don't even play it and say, "Oh, fuck this game, I'm not getting it."
Yeah, because it doesn't conform with what they were after with the Devil May Cry series. They wanted it's a reboot. It's going to be different. It is going to be different, of course. It is going to be a different developer.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, trolling. I guess it's always going to exist. So, gonna have to wait until the next game that people will start trolling on.
Yeah, like Resident Evil 4 when it came out. Wasn't that kind of a reboot? It played quite differently from the previous ones. Did anyone bitch about it?
I don't think so.
No.
I can't really remember, but I don't think so.
Because it was a whole lot different back then in 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
Than it was now. It's a bigger audience and a lot more pissy ants.
Yeah. Just pissy pants.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what he had to say about Devil May Cry. I'm probably going to check it out when it comes to PC. I think it's next week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing people criticize. Oh, it's only 30 frames per second, which, I guess so if you want. I guess you can be a bit annoyed about that now, but I honestly don't care. I don't care about 30 frames per second so long as it runs fine, which I honestly don't get. Some people are criticizing. Fucking frame rate is god awful. I never had a big problem with the frame rate in this game. I thought it run very smoothly throughout.
Yeah. Well, if you have complaints on, the way the game plays, that's all right. I mean, it's, it can happen, I guess, with every game. But
it just tended to, sort of freeze up a little during, the load, the screen before, the completion screen, when you're ranking screen, but that was it. But other than that, it's smooth. But, a lot of people just basically say if you want the sort of kind of authentic experience, the full 60 frames per second, just get the PC version.
Mhm. Yep. So I'll probably check it out next week.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. So basically what you could say, you should play this game all right, Dennis, because it's easy. It's easy enough for you.
Yeah. I don't like hard games.
There won't be any broken controllers this time.
No.
Or cracked discs.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Thankfully.
Put the crackdown on crackdown.
Yeah. Exactly.
I played through the game on the normal difficulty, Devil Hunter, and I didn't die once. So there, pretty much show. Yeah, that goes to show how easier it is. And if you're annoyed at that as well, I can see why. Yeah, it's not as hard as previous games.
Well, you have other modes that unlock, I guess, when you finish it, right?
Yeah, but I think partly here, some people are annoyed. Even those harder modes are not as challenging as some of the earlier entries are either.
Yeah. Well.
But I'd probably play through the game and try some of those harder modes. There's no way I'm going to do that Hell in Hell mode, which is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Where enemies have the standard health, but you die in one hit.
Yeah,
that's just for the
insane
right there.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll talk more about it later on. But I just want to get my 2 cents. Might not have come across clearly though, but I want just because it's really just pissing me off though. It's just pretty much the same thing with Resident Evil 6, except this was a mostly positive reviewed game.
Mhm.
So.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, it's probably not going to sell well because a lot of people out there, and I like to see how it does how it does.
How it sells. Yeah. Yep. It'll be interesting to see if many people get it.
Ninja Theory, I liked their last 2 games. I liked Heavenly Sword and really liked Enslaved, but they're not the best selling games now. They do pretty badly.
Yeah, Enslaved was pretty good. I liked that game.
Enslaved was great. I liked Heavenly Sword. It was okay.
I already rented. I didn't. I have it now though, but I rented it though and played it for 5-6 hours. Pretty short game. So, anyway, we're nearly there. 2 hours probably coming now, and they're still on the fucking thanks to that 20-minute tangent earlier.
Yeah, 1 hour 45 minutes, but we're cool.
Yeah,
we're okay.
Star Wars again. I know Dennis is really looking forward to. Apparently, might be launching this year. Star Wars 1313. So Dennis.
Yes. Star Wars 1313, which was announced at last year's E3, has the news has been updated, but there was a Facebook page that revealed a possible window for LucasArts game, third-person action game, but the page was removed by LucasArts, and they posted a statement to Kotaku with Kotaku, or however you say it, Kotaku. Okay.
Kotaku, yeah.
That said, no, that was an inaccurate post. We have not confirmed any platforms yet for 1313, and do not have any announcements to make at this time. So, the original story said that it would launch this year in 2013. Didn't say any platforms. I think no, there wasn't any platforms really announced. But yeah, it said it would launch this year, which I was really excited for. But you know, I wouldn't completely dismiss this news, because I think it's going to launch this year, in my opinion. But I really hope it does launch this year, because it looks pretty sweet. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. But usually when a news story comes out like that and it's removed, it's like, oh, okay, we posted it, but we don't want people to know about it, so we'll remove it and say, oh, it was a mistake. But then later in the year, you'll hear, oh, okay, it's coming out in holidays. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, am I the only person looking forward to this game?
I had no idea that this game was coming out, so.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, like I seen the video off of the D3 now. It looked pretty nice indeed. Mm-hmm. But like, I just want to see more. Like, I just want to see more of the game before I get my hype settings, hype level.
Yeah. Me too. But it's Star Wars, so I don't think it can be. It can't go wrong. I don't think it can go wrong. It looks really awesome. So I don't know if it's
say
that
now. Star Wars, most certain Star Wars games haven't been great. Like Force Unleashed 2 was 4 hours long.
Yeah, I know, but it was still a pretty good game.
It was alright. It's just that Dagobah level just had no fucking shouldn't been even in there in the first place. It shouldn't have been there.
But I mean, most Star Wars games, I guess, do pretty well and are pretty popular. So I just hope it's a little bit like, well, he's not a Jedi. I think they're pretty much.
I think he's a bounty hunter or a smuggler or something, isn't he?
I think he's a smuggler. Yeah, I think he's going to be a smuggler. So that completely, you won't play any Jedi or any, guy with superpowers or anything. It'll be pretty different. So yeah, that's interesting for that at least. So.
Yeah, just looking forward to seeing more of it anyway. We'll probably see more of it maybe like at E3, I guess.
So last
piece of news. Finally, Skyrim is basically having its share of problems on the PS3. Where the fact is that a certain piece of DLC, Dawnguard, still not on the PS3, despite the fact it's been on Xbox 360 and PC for pretty much like 6 months at this point now. Finally, all the DLC, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn are coming to the PS3 next month.
Yep.
So, at long last, PS3 users shall rejoice, and are bringing the content February 5th. Downloadable content of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is finally coming to the PlayStation 3 next month. Bethesda it's today that all 3 expansions for the whole role-playing game will arrive in February. Beginning with Dragonborn, Hearthfire will release next, followed by Dawnguard. So basically, the oldest piece of DLC will be released last. Is that?
Yeah, that's weird, but
makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Well,
no, it does not. Not at all.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
And also, as a little added incentive, all Skyrim expansions will be 50% off during their launch week on PlayStation Network. So basically saying, hey, I'm sorry for, delaying the DLC, but here's a lot of incentive for you. We're going to launch them half price.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's cool that PlayStation 3 owners are finally going to get the DLC that they've probably been waiting for.
Yeah.
If they haven't bought the PC version or the Xbox 360 version yet.
Yeah, if they have the different other systems, I'm sure they'll probably just say, you know what, I'm just going to sell this and get on the 360, though. I'm sure some people probably did that. Just like, I'm not waiting flipping forever for this DLC.
Yeah.
And it's coming on Steam as well. The Dragonborn expansion is coming on February 5th on Steam as well. So you can get your Dragonborn stuff there as well. PC owners, unless you probably already have. But I'm sure there is mods already where you can ride dragons and all the different creatures in Skyrim, because the modding community there is pretty nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is it for the news. The longest news segment in the history of the podcast. Well, actually, it's a news / discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did do the discussion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that was pretty fun. It was fun to do. Pretty interesting news.
Yeah. We'll get into the games we've been playing shortly now, and where I'll go through some of the games I've been playing and that there. But first off, just a little wee added thing here this week is that there's a few launch dates were announced, or not. Just go through them here. Disney Infinity, as we already talked about, is coming out in June 2013. The Cave, which is Ron Gilbert's new game, is coming out January 22nd, which
next week
picking up because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, it does. That's Double Fine, right? That's doing it.
No, it's...
I'm pretty sure it's Double Fine.
It's Double Fine.
Fine, and I think Sega's publishing it or something along those lines. I forget.
Damn it.
I think it's Double Fine.
Check on PC. I just want to check on Steam. Just someone look to the internet.
It's published by Sega, but it's developed by Double Fine.
Yeah.
So
I was right in that regard then. I'll be picking that up, because I seen it, I think it was a few months ago, I seen a video of it. I was like, this looks pretty cool. So it's like a adventure game kind of thing. It's like you play 3-player local co-op, unfortunately, though, so...
Yeah, too bad.
Go for the online again. That is too bad, but I see what they're coming from anyway. Injustice Gods Among Us, which is the latest game from NetherRealm, is coming out April 16th, which is
very close.
Weeks before my birthday.
I never thought it would come out this early, but yeah, that's close.
Yeah. So, Atelier Aisha is another entry in that Atelier series. It's coming out in March. I only have one of them on the PS3, which is Atelier Verona. Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13 is coming out in autumn or fall 2013, which is a lot later than I expected it to be. Probably the only one on this podcast that's looking forward to that game in a way.
Yes, sure.
I played through Final Fantasy 12, and that was okay. I didn't play all the way through it, but I got maybe halfway. It was okay. I don't know why I stopped. Outside of that's kind of what I do, but yeah.
Because you got bored with the story, like so many other people did.
Probably I got bored with the combat. So.
The combat for me was the best part of that game. I know it's kind of like, auto battle thing you could do sometimes, but you do have to change it up a little. No, I really like the combat in that game. But everyone else seemed to think the story in 13 was great, which I don't get. I thought the story in 13 was pretty mediocre. Considering the fact it took like 20 to 25 hours to get going, so if it takes that long for a story to get going, I don't think that's a good story.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been with another entry in the Final Fantasy 13 series. So it's kind of like Final Fantasy 13-3 in a way.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people are fucking getting sick of seeing 13 stuff.
Yeah.
Lego City Undercover is coming out March 18th, which is for the Wii U, which I'll probably pick up because there's not a whole lot of other games on the Wii that's coming out in the future that I'm getting. Legends and Wonderful 101 are pretty much the only two in the pipeline that I'm getting.
I'll wait to see how this is. This might be the game that pushes me to buy Wii U. We'll see.
But I could see this game probably come to the 360 or PS3 or maybe the, like, you know...
PC.
PC or like the next PlayStation and Xbox. Anyway.
Maybe.
Anti-Chambers coming out January 31st. What is this game? Because I hear people talking about it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's quite kind of popular. I looked it up a little bit on the news. Actually, cannot fucking remember what it is, but hold on, I'll put it up here. I should have put a link. Sorry about that. Where is it? Okay, yeah. It's an indie puzzler game, and it's coming, I think, only to Steam. It's kind of a puzzle game. I'll link you guys to it in the chat here. It's a puzzle game, which is getting a whole lot of hype. I don't know why, but so there you go. I just linked it to you guys in the chat. You can look at the teaser trailer. It looks interesting. It looks pretty interesting.
Right.
So, I think they did not go far away to Swapper, Cube, Dear Esther, and the Splatters. It's kind of...
Yeah, I've heard a few of those games now. I've got a few of them games. I've got Dear Esther. So
I've heard of none of those games.
No. Yeah, I mean, well, I've heard of Dear Esther, but
like maybe Cube. That's about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen this game actually before. I think I've seen a figure of it back in, I think it was last year or the year before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was long awaited. I think it was probably not delayed, but it took a while to come to the
yeah, it's all the stuff like 2011 stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, 2011.
So it's been anticipated. It's coming January 31st.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
It looks weird as fuck, the color spectrum. Yeah, I might check it out. And finally, Splinter Cell Blacklist got pushed to August 2013, which
boo.
Which Art will be annoyed about, considering the fact that one of the games he's been playing is part of that series.
Yeah.
I really don't care, though, to tell the truth about this. It's like, yeah, it's not like, oh, great, it's pushed back, though. Like, I'll probably try it out, but it's not one of those games I'm really annoyed for getting delayed.
Isn't Rainbow Six coming out this year also?
It's supposed to, but they don't
it's
actually have an
but there's
official... Yeah, like they don't... I think they have like a placeholder release date right now. I think I read that they hit some sort of development snag, so that is up in the air currently.
Yeah.
Oh, once again, what a Tom Clancy game.
Yeah, big surprise.
Yeah, I've seen nothing of that game.
Yeah. I think they just released the title, and that was about it. So.
Yeah, Patriots, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think that, I mean, I really liked Conviction. Like, I kind of anticipate. I'm going to look forward to this one. If it's pretty much the same, or I don't know how it's going to be. But my favorite series is Rainbow Six. I really liked Vegas 1 and 2.
Yep.
Really love those games to death.
They're great games.
Yeah. So can't wait to see how Patriots turns out.
Yeah, you might be waiting a while.
Yeah, sadly.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll now get into the games that we've been playing. So, Mr. Green, you can go first.
So really only been playing 2 games lately. The first one was Splinter Cell Conviction. That's just been one of the games that's been kind of sitting on my shelf. I picked it up Black Friday or 2 ago. Just put it in on a whim, and I really Really liked it. It was a little hard in spots because I'm not very good at stealth games. But yeah, it was. I think like the thing that really stood out to me was just how intense it was. Like, one of the big mechanics of the game was the execute mechanic, and you had to do a hand-to-hand combat move to get the execute, and then you could mark 3 targets.
Yeah,
and so long as you were within range and they were in view, you could take out 3 enemies in a row, and it was just like really exhilarating to, you would do this, the stealthy things that you had to do to get in position where you would take down the guy in a hand-to-hand combat, and then you could go and hide, and then get in position to kill 3 people. And there were just times where you would clear out a room and everything would work, and you would just feel so badass. Now, I mean, there'd be also times where you would just fucking die immediately because you would be like, oh, I'll get this guy, and someone comes around a corner that you didn't see or didn't anticipate, and it just fucks up your shit because it's very easy to die in that game.
It is. It is.
But yeah, I mean, story-wise, it's whatever. It's I don't care about. Yeah, I don't care about the story, but I mean, it was a very well done game, and I saw a small gameplay demonstration of Blacklist, and I was very excited to see that they kept the execute mechanic. Because I mean, I don't know how long the game was. Maybe 8-10 hours. Sounds about right. And I never got tired of the combat. Yeah, it was just a really intense game that I really enjoyed. Then lastly, I talked about it the last time, so I'm not going to really talk about it too much, but I've just been playing some NHL 13 in anticipation of today's hockey starting back up. Yeah. I'm just playing some GM games with some of my hockey buddies, and I'm playing online, but not too much. I played a bit last night, and just that skating mechanic still pisses me off to no end. Just getting caught flat-footed where your player just won't skate, and you just get completely blown by where you really shouldn't. I understand if someone, has the puck and they're coming with speed and you're completely stopped, they're going to blow by you. But it's not. They have the puck. They're, 5-10 feet in front of you, and you're skating backwards, and to turn means that you're done skating quickly. This is just, and there's times where what's going to happen, and you can either take the person down and give them a penalty shot, or just let them come in and do a glitch move on the break. But it works every time, so it's just one of those things where, for the most part, it's a good game. It's just certain things. The skating mechanic, I hope that in 14 they get things right.
Yeah, they fix it. Not too fond of the skating mechanic myself, so
no.
Yeah.
That's all the games I've been playing though.
But for Conviction, did you think the the visual aesthetic with the whole that you can see your objective like somebody was projecting in it on a wall or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of like, so if you needed to go into a building, it would say your objective right there. I mean, it was neat. I don't think it added anything over and above having it displayed on a HUD or just pausing and seeing the objective. I don't think it. I mean, plus once say you had to do something in the building, you go in the building, they take it away because it's not going to be always displayed. So
there's sometimes like you completely missed it, you didn't see it or something. It happened to me a couple of times. Like I didn't see it.
I can't remember the time. And plus, they had. I'm pretty sure they had a system where it would say like you're 80 meters away, like they have them in the Graw series as well.
Yeah.
So you would just kind of be like, well, let me run towards that. And
yeah.
I don't know if I'm going in circles or not, but that's where the game is telling me, so that's where I'm going.
Yeah. I have to climb or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, games in general have that issue when they're, especially open world games, where they'll have, you have to go over here. And then if there's like a mountain, like I remember encountering this in Skyrim a few times, where it's like there's a mountain, and you have to cross the mountain. So or there's like a passageway that you don't see, so you're like kind of like walking, and then you go too far, and then it's like, oh wait, fucker, go back, and then you go back from where you're coming from. It's like, wait, what are you doing? Go back the other way. And it's just like, oh, just tell me where to go. Sort of thing.
Yeah, you have to go around the mountain or something.
Yeah, like
that,
elevation sometimes can mess you up.
Yeah, that's tricky. That's really tricky. I was having the same thing in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty that they do stuff like that, I think.
Yeah.
You should have, like, marking where you have to go,
Yeah, just up or down kind of symbol would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Is there any games that you're going to be picking up? What games is going to be next on your agenda to finish or get back to?
I'm thinking about starting up Skyrim again, because I never finished it. I put in like 30 or 40 hours, but I was fucking around on just side missions and stuff. So I'm thinking about starting that back up and actually finishing at least the main storyline, and then from there just kind of running around. And I was gonna do it last night, but I was tired and just wanted to play some NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I kind of want to fire that back up myself.
No. Plus,
I don't want to go
with that game, I mean, there's always something you can do in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a part of me that wants to go back to that game, but there's another part of me that doesn't. I don't know.
Like, fuck it.
Well, the part of me that doesn't want to is the part where it's like, I'm going to start this up and then just be like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have that problem now with myself.
Like, I would have to go through all my fucking equipment to see what I have, because I really don't fucking remember what I have.
Yeah, it's like, what did I spec my character to be?
Yeah.
What quest was I mean, you can get reacquainted, but it takes a little bit of time to remember all the buttons and everything like that.
Takes a while. Not like when you're playing it for, I think I played it for 100-something hours. And
which is that's more than I did, and I was looking forward to that game more than you, and
yeah,
that's
true. Yeah, that's true. I had absolutely no fucking interest in that game. Then I saw a couple of things online and was like, it looks interesting. Then I bought it and fucking fell in love with it.
You got it for Christmas though, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it. Well, yeah, that's true. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah, it's not a game where like you put it on and it's like, I'm just gonna play this for 30 minutes. It's like, no, I'm gonna play this for like 4 hours.
Oh yeah, fucking you fall completely inside I fell completely in love with that game. It is a marvelous game. I really love that game. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to it myself. So
yeah,
gonna do some DLC.
That's just something I still think I liked Oblivion better. I don't know. Maybe because it was the first one of those kind of games I played.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason. Yeah.
But like I know Skyrim did things better now than Oblivion did.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'm not really a fan of most of the cities in Skyrim.
Okay.
I just think that like compared to the ones in Cyrodiil and Oblivion, like I love the Imperial City in Cyrodiil because it's so flippin' massive. Like it's split up into different like quarters.
Mhm.
Not there.
You get that. You get that in Skyrim. There's a couple of cities that are split up in different quarters, if I remember correctly.
No, but like you split in the corner, like you have to enter a door to enter a different section. Like I don't think there was anything like that now, from what I can recall.
No, but you have to remember that they probably didn't have the power, like the processing power to do it back then. They didn't have the tools. So now when you play Skyrim, if you're going to another quarter, it just continues.
Yeah, I guess so, but yeah, I don't know. I think I just like Cyrodiil more than Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I did. But like I still really love Skyrim. Like it was my favorite game of last year though, but I don't know.
It's just great.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Saints Row, it would have been my favorite also.
Yeah.
So
Saints Row was my summer 3, so it was. So
yeah.
that's
So
a game
Greeno
you should play. Green.
Yeah, Greeno doesn't like the Saints Row.
No. GTA or bust.
You should play 3 though.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're one of those GTA 4 lovers, are you?
Mhm.
Yeah, he is.
Are you looking forward to 5?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be excellent. Rockstar does not put out shit.
That's true. I'm looking very much forward to 5.
I hope they rethink how they do their missions.
Yeah.
But,
that was the main problem I had before.
I hope you get to take people on dates and all that fucking shit. That's what I hate. 5 before. Oh, there goes the bell. So
yeah, I got a text message. Sorry about that. My computer. Yeah.
Now don't worry. We hear the fucking Power Rangers fucking beep from Derek's phone sometimes. So
yeah,
it's all good. So anyway, Des, what have you been playing?
Okay. Well, I mentioned this on a podcast last week. I started playing To the Moon. I was maybe a little bit less than halfway through. And I remember what you told me when I said, oh, there's some emotional parts in the game, and, you told me you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, you told me you hadn't come across anything yet.
Yeah.
And you were absolutely right.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right. I mean, absolutely. I love that game. It's the first game that I actually went and downloaded the soundtrack to, because I think it really adds to the game itself.
Yeah. Soundtrack in that game is beautiful.
It is very, very beautiful. And there's no, spoken dialogue in the game. It's all text.
Yeah. So,
the music comes out even better and even more than it would in a regular game, I guess.
Yeah.
So, it's just for those people who don't know, To the Moon, you play the role of 2 doctors. I can't remember their names, sadly.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
Stuff, unfortunately.
No, I'm trying not to spoil it for anybody.
I've seen both of you talk about it, and I need to pick it up at some point.
Oh, you really need to play
it.
You really need to play this game. It's a wonderful game.
It's 4 hours long, so you can finish it in a sitting or 2.
But you play the role of 2 doctors that go. That's not very much a spoiler. It's pretty much known. You go to fulfill a dying person's final wish, which is to go to the moon. And you need to make that come true. And there are a couple of you go through his memories, but in a
reverse chronological order.
Chronological, from when he's old to back when he's young, and you get to see everything that happens to him, and then his, the woman that he's seeing, the river, you see what's happening between those two, and their relationship, blossom in reverse. So it's kind of cute. It's kind of fun to see that. There are some moments that are very laugh out loud moments.
Yeah, there are some funny moments in it, yeah.
Very, very funny moments, you're like, oh my god, this is, hilarious. And especially when you get the male doctor doing the, when he breaks the bubble for it to go into the puzzle thing. When he goes Hadouken or stuff like that. Kamika, whatever, the thing from...
oh yeah, Kamehameha, Dragon Ball, yeah, I think that was it, yeah.
And the other doctor is like, oh, please stop it, stuff like that. So, a lot of video game references in that game, right? There's a whole lot of them. They talk about stuff and they reference video games and stuff. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, different genres.
Yeah, different genres, yeah. There are very hilarious moments, and there are very, the complete opposite of the spectrum. There are very, very sad moments in the game. I played Walking Dead. I think, Art, you played it also?
Yeah, I played all the episodes.
Yeah. The final, in episode 5, what happens, it's emotional when it ends. I kind of was a little emotional, you know, like the little scratchy throat and all that. So
Onions, man, onions.
yeah, exactly.
Did you cry at the end of Walking Dead, Art?
No.
Okay. I didn't either, though, but I was close to it.
He has no heart, so that's why.
Art has no heart.
No soul.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, in this game, I came. Darren, you're gonna know about this. At a certain point, when one of the songs is actually a song with lyrics, the only song that has lyrics.
Everything's all right.
Yeah. When at the point in the game when that song kicks in, I couldn't see anything on the screen. I was.
Yeah, that's near the end of the game now. Yeah, I know what part you're talking about.
I was actually sobbing while watching this. I was a complete wreck. Like I had when the game when you get control back in the game, I actually had to get up and go clean my glasses and come back because I couldn't see anything anymore. It is very. That part made me sob. I mean, really, a whole lot.
Yeah, I was crying at that point. Like, what happened at the end there? Like before that song kicked in. Like what occurred though? I was like, oh no, not that was the thing I was predicting was going to happen.
Yeah, and at the very end,
yeah, the end of it. Yeah,
that's another tearjerker right there.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
It's very, very emotional also. So it's a very emotional game. I think it's I get emotional. I mean, I get, like scratchy throat and, watery eyes, and that's some games made me, like that. But I think this game is the very first game that made me actually cry, like bawl out, completely lose it. It's really great. It is really incredible. Like I was sitting at my computer, and what the fuck am I doing?
It's not like necessarily a great game per se, because the gameplay it's very secondary.
Yeah, and it's somewhat broken in some.
Yeah, like that's what I've heard. It's kind of like a Walking Dead, where the actual game, it's kind of whatever. But
the writing, the story, all that but
the story is really where it makes its stand, I guess.
Yeah, the story is very, very good. It's a phenomenal story, in my opinion. I mean, I really highly, highly recommend you check it out, and everybody who's listened to the podcast, very highly recommend that you check it out.
I'm very glad you played it, though. I'm very glad, because I gifted it to you and Derek on over the holiday season in Steam. Mm-hmm. Derek's yet to play it.
Yeah.
So
I'm so happy I played it.
I'm also accepting donations of games.
That whole thing started when James Logan actually gifted games to everybody. I was like, what the hell is going on?
He pretty much gifted everyone on his friends list a game on Steam. And I got Deponia, stuff that's was on your wish list.
And he messaged me. He's like, I don't have you on my friends list first. And then I added him and all that. And then he messages me back and he said, you don't have any games on your wish list. Well, okay, you can get me Hotline Miami if you want to. He buys me Hotline Miami. I'm like, Jesus Christ, okay, that's cool.
Scumbag James Logan. Gets everyone games, not me.
You on Steam? Are you on his friends list?
I don't know.
Because I think he went through
I don't really use Steam, so I don't really care.
Okay. Through his friends list and gifted stuff to everybody. But yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, get back to the moon. It's a very, very, very small. It doesn't take a whole lot of space. It doesn't require a whole lot of graphical power.
No, it's basically looks like a old school 16-bit RPG, pretty much.
Nice.
Any game, pretty much any computer, I'm pretty sure can run the game easily. So, and I very much recommend you try it out. It's very good. It's a very good. Video game wise, it's not, the gameplay is not awesome, and it is broken. Like there's some points when I was trying to box up, build the game, and
you're cutting out, Denis, so you are.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I was worried that it was my internet, but yeah, seems like that's not the case.
A little bit, huh?
A little bit. We'll see.
But yeah, as I was saying, I think everybody should get To the Moon. So it's a very good game. Moving on, I purchased FTL, Faster Than Light, on a Steam sale that was occurring, I think, last weekend. A weekend sale.
It's not for the lose now, Denis.
The what?
FTL for the lose.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it's, I said, oh, everybody's, raving about this game and all that. I guess I'll try it out. I downloaded it and played a bit of it. It is as hard as advertised. It is very, very complicated. It's not very complicated, but it takes a while to get into the game. Like there's a little tutorial that kind of gives you the basics of how to play it, but then they like throw you in the game, and then you're like, oh my god, some games last maybe 5 minutes. Some other games can last 25, 30 minutes or something before you get completely destroyed. And I mean, that's pretty much, I guess, how it was advertised. It's sometimes it'll be very easy, sometimes it'll be very hard. Like you have a ship and you're trying to escape from rebels, and you go through like this galaxy map, and each sector has, its own enemies and own, like you can pick up scrap from derelict ships, or you can help out people, and it gives you like a couple of perks, like you can get crew members on your ship. With scrap you can buy new things to outfit your ship, like a better shield, or drones that'll patrol around your ship to defend it, or stuff like that, repair it. Attack drones also you can get. And at some point you're feeling good about yourself, you're doing really well, and you're like, all right, I'm killing people really easily. And then you come across this fucking ship, and like one point I was doing really well, like I was pretty much halfway across, and I was really doing pretty well. And then I came across this ship, and they boarded my ship, and they killed everybody on the fucking ship because I had no defense or anything. So they killed all my crew members, and then it was game over. Like, your ship is drifting in space, you're dead. And I was like, fuck, Jesus Christ. And it's really, really, like, completely randomized. Like, I don't know if you guys played some of the, well, this is really old school, like you had these adventurer books, like back in the day.
Oh, those, like, the Choose Your Own Adventure books, is it?
Exactly, Choose Your Own Adventure, where you go through a story, and then you turn the page, and then you see what happens. And it's kind of like that, but in video game form, and with a little bit more micromanagement. You'd have to buy shields for your ship and all that stuff, and you got to check your fuel and all that. But it's kind of like that. Like you'll come across some random encounter, and some people ask you to help them. You help them out, they kill you, or it's completely randomized like that. It's not a, I don't find it as great as some people do, but it's still a pretty good game. It's still pretty enjoyable. It's a time killer. If you have nothing to do, like you'll start playing a couple of games of FTL, and it's still a pretty good game. And it's one of those Kickstarter games you told me, I think, Darren.
Yeah, I think it was one of those games. Yeah.
Mhm. So it's pretty good for a Kickstarter game. It's pretty good. It's not credible, but it's still pretty good. I recommend check it out if it comes on sale again. Download it and check it out. See how it is.
I'd like to try it out though, but it's just some part of me just says, I'm just going to get this game and play it for a bit and then totally regret buying it.
Yeah, I can see, because I know you don't like the micromanagement stuff.
Yeah, not really fussed with micromanagement strategy stuff and that there. It's just like, it's not really for me.
It's not a whole lot of strategy. It's more like micromanagement.
Yeah.
Manage your ship. You have to buy stuff to upgrade it and all that.
Yeah, I'm just not really into that whole stuff. Like, I liked FIFA Pinata for a while, but when it got a bit too hectic, and had to
Right.
micromanage like all your various pinata and that stuff. That's kind of where the interest for the game dropped.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's way back. Viva Pinata.
2006.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was pretty sweet. That was
It was a good game, though. It just got a bit too hectic for my liking.
Yeah. And last but not least, with hockey starting back up tonight, popped in NHL 13. Played a couple of games. I'm playing in my Be a Pro
you guys
season.
and your hockey.
Making me miss my hockey right now, dicks.
Sadly, I'm playing with, my pro is playing with the Anaheim Ducks. So we've lost our last 7 games, so, everything's going very well.
Pretty much as planned.
The Nate Gordon Bombay.
Quack, quack, quack.
I'm still enjoying it. It's still, as Art mentioned, the skating is kind of problematic. A couple of things that aren't really. There's still those like complete bullshit goals that you're going to see. Like you shoot.
No, that's really, I think, one of the things that really also pisses me off about the game is, they've completely tried to overcorrect the whole one-timer thing, like the one-timer goals. So one-timer goals are very hard to score, and their solution to still have goals in the game is to have the goaltenders like miss just like really easy basic shots that like, you come into the zone and then just fire it on net, and 25% of the time it'll sneak through the goalie somehow. It's just like, come on. Just like really shitty goals that you can't really defend against, but then like one-timers, which you could defend against, kind of. I mean, it was still hard. You would really have to focus on just staying in front of the net and poke checking a lot, but maybe it's just a situation where it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
yeah, a problem with the one-timers and a whole lot of bumping into the goalie and then the puck goes in and stuff like that. That still happens to me a couple of times.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, still a pretty good game, and had to get back into hockey. Playing a couple of hockey games until the real thing tonight. That's pretty much what I've been playing. I've been thinking about getting Euro Truck Simulator, but
Good God.
It's too expensive right now, like $35. I think it's a bit too much.
It's 10% off, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I think it's $35 right now for 10% off.
It's it looks fun, but I wouldn't pay $35 for a game. So
no, I might get it when it's like probably half price or something. It's probably it's definitely going to be one of those games you're going to see like during like the Steam sales.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. If it's already 10% off, so yeah. Pretty sure we're going to see like 50% pretty soon.
I don't know why. I don't know why I want that game though, but it looked pretty fun on the quick look when I watched it.
Looks like a fun, no stress game. You just drive a truck around the country.
Just doing some trucking.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the fact that it was in like the UK stuff they were doing.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've been playing. So your turn, Darren.
Right, I talked a bit about it last week though, but I didn't really go into specific details, mainly because the fact is I was still playing it though, but I'll probably go through my 20-minute diatribe here now. Just kidding. I finished DmC Devil May Cry. That was released, of course, last week there. I got it last Saturday because shop2.net's awesome. Basically, as I said, if you live in the UK, that is in my opinion, the best online retailer to buy games from because they never let me down. I always get my games by release date, and in certain cases, a couple of days before.
Yeah.
Prior. Because this came out I got it last Saturday and wasn't out till Tuesday. I really, really like DmC Devil May Cry. Like, I would say I'm a Devil May Cry fan, I guess. I have all the 4 games. I bought the HD collection, but the only one I ever finished and really liked was the first one. I liked that. I played the second one. It was alright. The third one I enjoyed, but it was pretty fucking hard. Like, I never got past the mission 7. I think there's 21 or 20 missions overall, and we got the mission 7 in it. And I played some of 4, but I forget where it left off. But I heard the whole, you pretty much go through the same levels again, backtrack with Dante. I was like, that's not fun. Yeah. So, but this is basically, of course, it's a reboot of the game. It's a reboot of the Devil May Cry series. Therefore, it sort of takes place in kind of modern day. You play, of course, as Dante, who's this sort of basically this kind of takes no shit, kind of sort of stuck up, arrogant a-holes in a way sometimes, and he pretty much finds out he's actually Nephilim, which is the spawn of is basically half angel, half demon, because he's the spawn of an angel and demon, Sparta and Eva, and finds out that he has a brother called Virgil, of course, and that the Virgil basically he's sort of the head of this group called the Order, and his task is to take down this guy called Mundus, who is basically the Demon King, and wants to basically kill him and free the humans from Mundus's tyranny and rule. And there's sort of 2 different worlds. There's the normal world, the human world, and all that there. And there's like Demon World, which is basically Limbo, and that's where all the combat sort of takes place. Like, there's certain parts of the game where you go through in the human world, but you don't really do any combat. But you go into the Limbo version, and then you play, fight the demons there, though. Like I said, the combat is, yes, it is simplistic. It is a bit more accessible. I know a lot of people are not going to like it, but I personally really enjoyed it, though. Because you get a variety of weapons, so there are certain collectibles you can get in the game, but you can't get them until you get a certain weapon, though. So if you're one of those completionist kinds, you can go and play through the game again and get the rest of the collectibles. And like, there's a variety of weapons. There are these 2 different kind of weapons. There's like angel weapons, angelic weapons, and demon weapons. And there is certain enemies in the game which can only be damaged by those weapons. And basically they're color coded. So red for demon, white for like a bluish white for angel. And like what I said, I just really like this game. The game's not the hardest. Like I said, I played it on Devil Hunter. I played it and didn't die once. Therefore, I kind of wish I played on Nephilim, which is like the hardest difficulty you could play that from the get-go. There's just some locations that are just pretty weird, though, especially when you go into Limbo, though, and just the way like the environment's just like, certain platforms, just like parts of buildings just come cracking out, though, and it just become platforms to, traverse, and, certain areas you basically use these like kind of hook shot from one area to the next. And there's a certain mission in the game if you played like El Shaddai or the Decker's Die mission in Saints Row the Third, it looks very similar to it. So, I personally really like this game. The bosses, unfortunately, are quite formulaic. They're pretty easy to get. Pretty much their formula. They're just pretty much those kind of bosses. So yeah, they have a certain pattern. Okay, they do this attack. Okay, I can avoid this. They do this attack. Oh, I can avoid this. No problem whatsoever. But I just really loved it. I really enjoyed this game. Like, I could see why some people were annoyed with it, though, but I just still do not get the big backlash this game's been getting. Especially the fact is it's a game that got great reviews, but yet a lot of people just seem to want to bash on it, despite the fact they got great reviews, just because it's not the game they wanted. Like somehow Capcom shouldn't entitle them to the game that they wanted. Like Capcom don't owe you shit in certain cases without their, but yet they just seem to be pissed off with the fact is, oh yeah, it's not the game I wanted though. Like fuck you, then I'm just basically gonna boycott you and all this shit now from now on.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, like the final boss in the games, like yeah, just like the final 2 bosses in the game are like, you know, like the penultimate boss is pretty cool to fight. Like he looks pretty cool, but it's just like yeah, it's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite boss in the game is the second one you fight. It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
That whole area in the game is pretty cool. Like the way you go up to this like tower and then the little area you fight before you fight the boss looks pretty cool. Just some cool looking areas in this game. I think the game looks very nice as well. It's done on the Unreal Engine, so you know you're going to get some kind of good some goodness out of it anyway, despite the fact that engine's been overused in a lot of games. But yeah, just really cool weapons like these Aquila, which are these kind of like, you know, spinning blades you shoot out and out there, and you have like axes, and you have these fists, Eric's, and you know you have Rebellion, which is your sword, and like Ebony and Ivory, which are your pistols, and like these really grotesque creatures you fight as well. So I just very much really enjoyed this game. Just can't wait. It's going to be getting more of this kind of game in the near future with Metal Gear Rising. I know it's going to be pretty hard. It's going to be harder now, but it's kind of the same kind of game. That stylish action game, which I very much enjoy. Like I love Bayonetta, and this game, and you know Metal Gear Rising, and hopefully Bayonetta 2 are gonna, you know, fill me with that goodness in this year.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're gonna basically are you gonna pick this up then, Dennis?
I might. I'm not 100% certain yet, but yeah, it looks interesting. Might actually. I played 4, started 4, and got to the point where I was doing the same thing over again with a different character, and that's when I said, "Fuck this, I'm done." So that's when I stopped playing. So we'll see. Maybe pick this one up, see how it goes.
You should pick up the HD collection, perhaps, but then again, you probably won't bother. No, you probably go say, no, they're too hard for me. I'm not gonna bother.
Maybe. Probably. So
yeah.
Try this one out, the reboot, see how it goes.
Yeah, if you like this one, you should try the first one out at least.
Okay.
Because I really like the first one. It's like the first one to me is still the best. Although I like this one a lot, concerning it is a reboot. Like I said, story's like, you know, pretty tacky, but
yeah,
it's good. And the guy, the Moonless guy, that guy, he's like bald headed. If you've seen like the trailers, he looks like an actor to me.
Okay.
I think his name's Michael Chiklis. He was the guy who's in Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. And the Shield.
He looks a lot like him, I think. So he does.
I'll check.
So basically, get a picture-on-picture, and I should try to do a picture-on-picture and show there's Michael Chiklis and Mundus. But yeah, great game. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, these other games I really haven't been playing much of though. Just we played like a few minutes of some of them though. Like I played Shank 2 on Thursday. I think I got it as the Humble Bundle thing that Derek gave me over Christmas.
Okay.
I played like the first couple of levels of it, and it's enjoyable. It's all right. I've played through the first one last year, and it's enjoyable. It's just your sort of 2D side-scrolling hack and slash, fucking bit enemies to bloody pulp.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good game. Pretty hard though. Like I'm playing on medium. There's like medium, normal, and hard, and I'm playing on normal, and pretty hard. Just some parts of it, like, because same certain enemy, you basically get a lot damaged quite a good bit. If you get hit by one of these burly guys, you lose like a quarter of your energy in one go, it seems. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's an alright game. Arnage Reigns, I didn't play a lot of it though since last week though, and I'm not really feeling that game a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's platinum though, but it's like the online. There's no point going online because you're just gonna get fucking destroyed. It's like, to me, it's like the COD syndrome. If you want to be good at it, you have to put your time into it, or else you're just gonna get destroyed anyway. And the single player is just very monotonous. So the Tales of the Abyss, it's my gentleman's challenge. I just played a bit more of it though, and it's getting a bit better, which is good now. They Bleed Pixels, which is this kind of indie platformer on Steam, which I just said there last night before work. It's alright. It's, it's kind of it's like mostly one of these like fiendishly difficult platformers on the Steam, and it's pretty good. Like, we played it for like maybe 15-20 minutes. And finally, I put on Renegade Ops, which I got on Steam as well, which is done by Avalanche, who did the Just Cause games, and I played the first level of it, and yeah, I just want to play this this on co-op with someone.
Okay.
Like, it's a good game on its own, though, but I think I'd rather play this game on co-op.
I don't even know what that is. So.
Dual joystick sort of, shooter kind of thing, where you traverse like these environments. You play in the truck, though. Do you remember Assault Heroes on the 360 Xbox Live Arcade?
Yeah,
it's
remember that.
Similar to it. It's similar to it now, but it's not like the paths moving upwards as you go along. It's just basically this area. You just go to do these different objectives, like destroy these trucks or free these prisoners and defend this church, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I recommend checking it out though. I think I got it on the sale or something.
Okay. So it's an Xbox Live game, right?
Yeah, I got it on Steam though.
Oh, it's Steam. Okay.
Yeah.
Might check it out.
Yeah.
It has to go up.
Yeah. Eduardo I asked if everyone wanted to play with me on Steam, and Eduardo said he would. So.
Okay.
I think it's 4 players, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Could be, yeah.
So, try to do that anyway, and that's pretty much all I've been playing. Right. So finally, we just get into the last stuff here. Won't be long at all because none of those really ever.
Well, I mean, if anyone's still with us, they're committed to the end of this. They'll be with us.
Everybody. Listeners, I know a few weekly listeners. I know Steph listens to us every week though, and I know Guy on on my Twitter listens to it as well, and a few other people as well. So we have listeners. So
no, it's just if anyone's gonna be listening for 2 hours and 44 minutes, they're gonna be listening if we're another 15 minutes.
I think I listen to Jam Podcast for 3 hours and some podcasts.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been watching? You've been only watching one thing, Art, which started this.
I've been watching some hockey since about 3. Just watching the Kings get destroyed by the Blackhawks, at least through 2 periods. Started watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's on Netflix. FX comedy for anyone that's not familiar. It's kind of just 4 people that, in the second season, Danny DeVito joins. So 5 people that own a bar in Philadelphia that are gigantic assholes, but are funny in the process. But yeah, I'm going to be watching hockey all through today, all tomorrow, all throughout the rest of this year. Well, except for the summer.
Yeah. So if we get you on again, what have you been watching? Hockey.
Hockey, son. What?
Yeah. So what have you been watching, Dennis?
Well, I'll be watching the hockey naturally tonight.
Watch the Habs lose to the Leafs of all people.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching that tonight. But besides that, I've been watching the Persona 4 Endurance run still. Not a whole lot though, just a little bit of I think I watched one episode or something, so not really a whole hell of a lot to talk about. And the Raw 20th anniversary show, which was Monday, show's been going for 20 years,
Yep.
so
Hard to believe, but it has.
it's pretty amazing, actually. It's all never one rerun. It's always new shows, so it's kind of special. What the 20th anniversary show wasn't anything really special about it. There wasn't anything special. There were a couple of guests, I guess, that were there, like Ric Flair and a couple of other guys there, but nothing really big. I was expecting like something really big, but not. There wasn't really anything huge. So The Rock did a rock show, like he's back now on WWE. So
Did a Rock Concert 3.
Wait, is he like legit back, or like he was doing just, hey, I'm The Rock. I was on WWE for a while. I'm just showing up to do one good wrestle, or is he like on WWE again, like he's a weekly thing?
Well, I'm thinking he's going to be on for a while because he's going for the WWE Championship next week at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So
Okay.
I think he signed a little while. I think he's on for a little while before he goes back to making movies again. So he probably is going to become the champion.
Probably.
For a little while, and then just lose in some sort of fashion, and that'll be that. So
he'll get fired.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Vince will strut out, "You're fired." Then he'll come back a year later.
Yeah.
You don't see Vince a lot nowadays anyway. He comes out every so often, and that's pretty much it.
It's just
Vince and Steve Austin back then that was probably the height of my WWE fandom.
Yeah.
Just them, those two were great.
Yeah, the two there. Yeah, me and Dennis have talked, I think, a lot of that over in this podcast over the last, several months.
Has to be the best era.
Yeah.
Like now, it's just pathetic.
Yeah,
pretty much.
People already know our love for that era, the Attitude Era. How today's product really sucks in comparison.
Yeah, it really pales in comparison to that day. So don't know how long.
Yeah, well, one of the main problems I have with today, to get on a bit of a tangent here, is just some of the wrestlers, they get pushed too quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like they get pushed and then they fucking disappear into complete the unknown. They just disappear and you don't hear about them again. So yeah, I think that's what happens these days. And of course you have like those guys that actually do wrestle pretty well that don't get pushed at all. You always have that case of, I don't know how many times I'll say it, but Shelton Benjamin pushed that he so rightfully deserved.
Yeah.
So he could have become champion. They never pushed him too much.
No.
Jeff Hardy, same thing, but he, he's a druggie, so.
He did won the title, though.
Yeah, he did win the title, but, like, he lost it for some fucking stupid reasons.
But, like, he had 50 fucking million. It wasn't like he never got pushed, though. He got pushed a lot at times, though. It was Matt Hardy that never got pushed.
Exactly, yeah, he didn't, yeah. Yeah. Another, we can go through a list of superstars that never got the rightful push that they deserved.
Well, wrestlers with the same old gimmick for flipping infinity and who never really improved much got pushed and are still there. The initials MH come to mind.
MH?
Yes. Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, yeah. Well, he's injured right now, but yeah, I know what you mean. and John Cena, which I have no idea what the hell that guy's doing there. But, you know, he can't wrestle for shit, but I guess it's pretty much entertainment now more than
I won't go that far. There's a lot more wrestlers on that show that are a lot worse than he is.
I know.
Yeah, and at least as far as everything I've heard about the guy, like, I don't know about his wrestling because quite honestly I haven't watched in, like, dedicated watch in probably more than a decade. I don't know when Austin and The Rock left, but right around then, that's when I stopped watching.
But
everything I've heard about the guy is like I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that he's fulfilled more Make-A-Wish Foundation requests than anyone.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even close. So, I mean, he might. I don't know.
He's very dedicated, though.
Yeah, I'll defend his honor there. Like, if he's doing stuff like that, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, head of a ring, he's very dedicated. Like the whole Make-A-Wish stuff and the whole, he's gonna go to see some people that he'll take time off of his schedule to go see people and stuff like that. He's at house shows, which is something you never see like a very big superstar do. Like, they're never going to go to fucking house shows, and he's always there. And I guess dedication deserves a kudos, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But in the ring, he's not. And that's why some fans really hate him. Like, he's not really a good wrestler, I guess you could say. So, and he gets pushed more than people that actually wrestle. So,
yeah.
I'd just like to see him out of the title picture for a while.
Well, he has been out for a while. He has been.
When was the last match he had? His title match.
He has title matches, but he never wins.
Yeah, but I mean, but it seems like every time it seems, Cena's in it's pay-per-view match, title match, Cena versus whoever the champion is. Okay, next month it's the champion versus someone else. Then it's the next month. It's a triple threat match with champion, someone else, and Cena. It seems to be like a month split. I like him to be out of it for at least a good 3 to 4 months or a good 6 months or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, CM Punk's been champion for what now, 400 days?
Yeah,
plus?
over a year, yeah. I think he's the longest champion now.
In modern day times, yeah. He's the longest champion.
Because Cena was a champion before it was Cena, because he was a champion for more than a year.
Yeah. Yeah, he passed Cena. He's like the champion. The guy has been going on for the longest time in modern day. Of course, we're not talking about what's his name? Like, is it Bruno Sammartino that had it?
Yeah, for like 7.5 years, was it? Or I think it was.
But
or 6.5 years, or 7 years, or something like that. Anyway,
they didn't have to do a show back then, and they didn't, so they didn't have to switch things up all the time. So, anyway, as for the show, it wasn't really good. So I'm really anticipating Royal Rumble because I always like the Royal Rumble. Like, I always like the surprises and, people come out and you never know what's going to happen and who's going to win and stuff like that. So
I hope it's better than the last few years because I didn't really think much of the last few Royal Rumble matches, though. I thought they were, pretty mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I like about the Royal Rumble matches is when there's, like, a load of people in it. When there's, like, 10 wrestlers or something in it, though. It's just fighting, but like I know it's like kind of a bit chaotic, but I like that though. That's kind of why I like the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like there's like 5 wrestlers and then someone comes in and eliminates everyone, and then like I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's not fun, and that sort of has happened quite a bit over the last few years.
What I'm thinking is going to happen is they're going to have the WWE Championship match from maybe opening up the pay-per-view, and Rock is going to lose, and then he's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to go to WrestleMania to face Punk again, so that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But
I could see that actually happen. That's something that I've been thinking of that could happen.
Mm-hmm. So I don't think Rock has ever won the Royal Rumble.
He has. He won the 2000 though, but they had that whole storyline there where he didn't know because it was actually Big Show, because the way that finished though, actually Rock, that flipped over, and Rock's feet touched the floor before Big Show's did, and then they had that whole match at No Way Out then.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. So we'll have to see how it goes for the Royal Rumble. I'll probably talk about it in a few weeks or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I've been watching. Talked about the To the Moon soundtrack that I bought, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, Darren.
Yeah, okie dokie. I've been watching Royal Rumble pay-per-views over the last week in anticipation of the Royal Rumble match itself. I couldn't care less about the other matches, so I'm just gonna go online Monday and watch the Royal Rumble match itself, and see if it's good or not.
Like with the Super Bowl, I don't fucking care who's there. I just want to see the commercials. So that's pretty much what I don't get. That I don't really like football, so I don't really care who wins or whatever. So
yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like football yet they watch the Super Bowl, which I do not get.
For the commercials.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
What should I buy this year?
Yeah, but isn't most of those commercials like kind of shitty anyway?
Yeah, I don't know why people watch the Super Bowl. Like just specific, but I don't know.
For that and the halftime show as well.
Yeah, it's like, man, maybe Janet Jackson's gonna come on, show her tits again. We'll see. Anything could happen.
Who's doing it this year, dude? Has it been announced yet?
It's Beyonce, I think.
Yeah, it's Beyonce.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Last year it was Madonna, and then the year before that was Black Eyed Peas or something, who I heard was very fucking bad.
Yeah, hopefully Jay-Z and Kanye and Kim Kardashian make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian? Okay.
Yeah, her giant ass will knock everyone off stage.
Yeah. Yeah, get her on to sing. She probably can't sing. I don't know if she could sing or not. I don't know.
No, not at all. Not at all. She would just be there. She would just be there to support Kanye.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking artists out there who can't sing for shit, yet they're successful.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
It's wonders for people's careers.
Yeah, I've been watching the World Rumble pay-per-view, so watched 2002, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. I've been in watching 2005 at the moment. So I have. I'll probably watch it maybe tomorrow, the rest of it tomorrow now, and watch the balls up ending with Batista and John Cena.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon coming in and fucking up his leg or something the way because he entered the ring.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Because I actually didn't know that was actually that was the ending was fucked up until later anyway when I read up on it. Because the thing is like fucking Cena, it was like I think Batista was just supposed to throw him out, but he like tripped over or something and fell out as well. And therefore they had to do this whole thing, and McMahon came out and entered the ring, and I think his foot or something got caught in the rope and fucking like twisted it or something.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting down there on the ring, sitting down in the ring, man, talking to the referees or whatever, or shouting at them or whatever. Yep, I'm a fucking wrestling geek. I know that information. Like, yeah, see me. And Derek watched this film a few weeks ago, and he talked about it, and he pretty much really, really liked it. And he's like, he said, I just decided to pop it in there on Netflix this week, and that film is Drive, starring Ryan Gosling, Carey Mulligan, Albert Brooks, and Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle fame.
Yep.
I really like this film. Pretty much what he said about it, I pretty much sort of agree. Like I really like the music, the soundtrack, and it's pretty cool. Just some of the scenes are fucking brutal as hell. Like, I don't want to spoil it though, but just the scene is just really fucking bad. Just because it happens like the slow mo shot and just the way it happens is like, oh my goodness. Like two scenes in particular, actually, they're kind of like the brutal points. Like if you decide to watch it, I'm just gonna say motel scene and elevator scene. And once you see those parts, you know what I mean.
All right.
Yeah.
Noted. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Very good movie.
You seen it, didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you know what parts I'm talking about then, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I don't want to spoil it for you now, Green. So, but you should check it out though. It's a very good film. Basically, it's Ryan Gosling stars this unnamed guy. It's pretty much, I think he's just called Driver.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Just
Driver.
the driver. And pretty much he sort of shares, pretty much is this Hollywood stuntman. He's a stunt driver and also does these like kind of getaway jobs for robbers as well, because that's like kind of how the story starts, where he's this driver for these guys who are robbing his place and helps them get away from the cops. And also he then actually sort of stops doing that because he lives next door to this girl who's Carrie Mulligan.
Oh, okay.
And sort of, gets acquainted with her though. Not there. It's a very good film. I really liked it. Like, I know Alex Navarro loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was his favorite movie of that year.
Yeah, it is a very good movie. Very good movie.
Didn't get I think we got one Oscar nomination, didn't it?
All right. Was it very entertaining, or was it like I'm watching this and I'm being enriched?
It's entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, it's entertaining and like a bit of both actually. It's just kind of like I want to know what happens next now. It's like one of those kind of things.
Okay.
That I just want to keep going and watch and see what happens next here. Like certain things, kind of like some parts are like the shit hits the fan. Like, okay, what's going to happen next now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Ron Perlman's in it as well. I forgot about that.
Nice.
So, him and Albert Brooks kind of play like these sort of villains in the film. So, but yeah, definitely check it out though. Like I said, we got the one Oscar nomination, but then again, like Oscar nominations.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably for something like secondary, like those type of movies.
Like best sound design or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like those type of movies don't get like the actual respected Oscar nominations.
Yeah, but there's usually there's shit that sometimes does.
Well, nah. No. Okay, maybe it's shit, but it's not like all I'm saying is it's not. There's a certain type of movie that gets Oscar nominations, so like it doesn't matter if Lincoln was terrible or not. I thought it was pretty good, but that movie before it even came out was gonna get some Oscar nominations just because of the type of movie it was and who was in it, who directed it. It was going to get Oscar nominations because it was, it was about Lincoln, so it was going to get something.
Yeah, I'm not really saying about stuff like this year, though. Just stuff that sort of won Oscars like over certain films years before.
Yeah, I mean,
like Shakespeare and fucking Love won over Saving Private Man. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no, yeah, like the Oscar nomination. Well, okay. So the nomination process can be shit. But then the actual who wins and loses is completely politics with the Academy. Like whose dick you suck.
Yeah, I think Weinstein's brothers got some dick sucked some dick there, or fucking head off everyone.
Yeah, like it's a very political process. So.
Yeah, and I'm very sorry, but Slumdog Millionaire.
I thought that was a good movie. I don't know. I don't watch enough movies to be like, okay, so this is clearly the best movie, or I actually don't even know what it won, but I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I think it won 7 Oscars.
Yeah, and you see that with a lot of movies. Like if it gets like a lot of hype, it'll win like in categories it has no business even being nominated in. So.
I'm sorry about that movie. No, I'm sorry. But
yeah.
Why did you not like it?
Different strokes, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know. It's just I didn't really enjoy it. Maybe I was in the right frame of mind or something like that, but I really did not enjoy that movie.
Yeah, there is people out there who really don't like that film either. It's like, why did this win so many Oscars? Yeah. Why did this get the recognition it got? Like, it's the same with Crash. when it won that year as well.
Crash is definitely one that split some opinions. That's another movie. I don't see why everyone hates it, but I don't know if it's an Oscar nomination. I don't really care about the Oscars, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I watched it as well. I always seen it once, and I thought it was pretty good, but I didn't And then I have never watched Brokeback Mountain, and I think a lot of people thought it was going to win that year.
I haven't watched it either.
But I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we might talk about Oscar stuff, perhaps, when the time comes, though, although I don't think I've seen any of the films that are nominated. I actually haven't even looked up the nominations. Because some of the films would be nominated, like Oscar nominations, this is coming out, this is out, these are nominated. It's like, okay, these are films that are, like, half of them are not even out in the UK yet, therefore I can't see them. But I'm like Art as well, where I'm not one of those ones who goes to the cinema every week and sees a new film, wherever how crap or good it is.
No. Completely off tangent, but I do know that you are a Harry Potter fan, are you not, Darren?
Yes.
I've started reading the books, so I'm almost to the end of the second book. I think I read maybe to the third book, or maybe to Goblet of Fire. I don't know if that's the fourth or the fifth.
That's the fourth.
Okay, yeah, so, I mean, through Amazon Prime, you get like a free book every month. I've just been getting that every month and reading through it on my breaks at work. They're pretty good.
Have you seen the films? I
haven't. I'm gonna go through the books and probably get like the Blu-ray combo pack of all of the movies at some point.
Yeah, and then you'll watch some of them and just realize, oh man, they've left so much stuff that I want to see in this film out.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes.
That's a way with the adaptations, but yeah, once you get the Order of the Phoenix and then watch the film of it, there's so much stuff of it out. Like, that's one of the shortest in the films, and it's like the largest book.
Yeah, no, like I've when I was looking at the series, like I definitely noticed that as the series progresses, more and more pages are added. Like the first couple of books are only I think like 300 pages. But
yeah, 200 odd, 300 odd, and then the fourth one's like 636.
Yeah.
And then the next one are 656, I think, and then the Order of the Phoenix is like 700 pages, over 700 pages, and then the last three are over 600.
Yeah, she goes.
Last two.
She goes full on George R.R. Martin on everyone's ass.
Yeah, but it didn't take them 5 years to come out now.
No, that's because they're better books, but Have you read the Game of Thrones series?
No, I've read the first one. I've read the first few hundred pages of the first one. It's like,
I don't know how you stopped
after. It's just a slog.
I don't know how you stopped after Bran got killed, bro. Don't know how you did it. After Bran got killed, I was in. Like, I blasted through those books so fast.
What do you mean Bran got killed? You mean he got pushed off?
Oh, no, sorry. Pushed off, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get killed or spoiler or something, jeez.
He didn't... Okay. Well, if people are expecting something to happen, it may or may not happen. That was a total misspeak.
Yeah, I got pushed off, yeah. Like, I watched the series. I really love the series, though, but I just read the first... I don't know, it's a slog to read through, in my opinion.
I don't know if...
I might try it again and see if I can get back into it, though, but...
The fourth book is kind of... But that's because the fourth and the fifth book are on the same timeline, but they split the characters up, or he splits the characters up, and the fourth book are not the characters that you care about as much.
So it's kind of similar to Lord of the Rings then in that regard, because it doesn't like get split into two parts like Two Towers and Return of the King. And they kind of happen around the same time as each other.
Yeah, but like, so Tyrion isn't in the fourth book. Who else isn't? Jon isn't, and I don't think. God, how am I blanking on her name? The youngest girl, Ari, I think.
Arya.
Yeah, Arya. Yeah, like those three aren't in the fourth book, like really at all, except for like small. And then they focus on kind of. They're not side characters, but they're not in the scheme of the first three books. They're not who you care about. But it's still very good. It's just like when the fifth book comes, then you're like, okay, yes, these are the characters that I really am invested in.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Denis has got them all now.
Yeah.
Have you read them, Dennis?
I think you read some of the first one.
It's the one I'm pretty much at the end of the first one.
Okay.
Got cut. Not reading the Walking Dead comic books right now, so.
Yeah, I mean.
Still yet to start that.
I mean, you're probably okay in terms of Game of Thrones, because quite honestly, they'll probably be caught up to where he's at in terms of the HBO show by the time he gets the sixth book out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I am comforted that, because I have a really big worry that he is gonna fucking die before he gets that out.
That'll be the worst for people though. It's like, oh my god.
But I am comforted in knowing that HBO knows, at least generally speaking, how it ends, how he wants it to end. Because as part of the contract, they're like, okay, before we do this series, you have to tell us how you right now think this is going to end. Before we'll even start the show, tell us how it ends. So in case anything happens, we can finish the show.
Tyrion becomes the king and sits on the Iron Throne. That's what I want!
Then is killed by Littlefinger. Because that's probably how it ends. Because Littlefinger is definitely, at least right now, is shown to be the most shrewd person in the series. Because a lot of the people in the series, I mean, at least up through the 5 books, you see a lot of the people that are killed off. They're killed off for very specific reasons. I mean, Ned was.
I don't think there was anyone in the second book now that was really shocking. Now, was there in the second series? I can't remember. The first
one, there was like the big,
Yeah, it's like
the
holy
big
shit. You get messing around because you thought he was. I thought he was going to be in. You thought people were going to be.
Yeah,
and
that was the big shock.
Like the characters were.
You thought reading it because one of the big flaws in a lot of these type of books is you get introduced to this main character and they get put into bad positions, but they always make it out of it. And that would, seeing that was just such a shock that he was killed off. But yeah, just you wait.
It's Sean Bain, so of course he gets killed.
Yeah. Boromir's gonna get killed off, but yeah, just you wait till this season. It's gonna be cute.
Yeah, it starts soon. I think it's split into 2 parts now this season. The third big split into two seasons.
Well, we'll see if shit hits the fan this season then. So maybe not.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it is.
I know one of the characters who was introduced in the second series is still alive, although you don't think that. What happens in episode 9?
It's
a character who's in one of the boats
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I know, yeah. Sorry for that, Dennis. That's a bit of a spoiler for you.
No, I wasn't really listening. I was
Okay.
reading.
Yeah. But yeah, there's one of the characters, like, he assumed he's gone because of what happened in the episode 9 with the whole ship fucking getting exploded, but with that stuff. Forget what it was called now.
Blackwater Bay is the battle.
Yeah. But I forget but the name of that stuff they used.
I think
big
Wildfire.
Yeah, I think it was like wildfire, like oil or something like it was.
Mm-hmm.
Basically made the flipping ships explode, and one of the guys in it, like the second in command, that guy, I know his name now. Yeah, I think he's still
Davos.
Yeah, Davos. Yeah, like he's still around. But you assumed he wasn't though of what happened. He's like, oh, right, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's not. So that's good to know.
Yeah, that and the guy that Sir Island, like kind of the guy that he's a part of, I think Joffrey's
the one
guard, the guy that doesn't speak. I don't think he's going to be a part of the series anymore because he got diagnosed with like terminal cancer. So I think he's on his way out.
Oh jeez. Oh, the big bearded guy, is it?
No. He's kind of an older guy. I don't think he had any. Well, I mean, he didn't have any speaking roles because he his character can't speak because his tongue got ripped out for.
Oh right, I thought it was that other guy. No, I don't know which one you're talking about then.
He kind of scares Sansa at some point. I don't know if that helps, but I mean, it's not a big character, but.
Okay. That's a shame. No, it's like the whole thing with Spartacus as well. The guy.
Oh yeah, like the lead guy.
Yeah, lead guy fucking got diagnosed and fortunately passed away then, and had to get another guy then to play him, which honestly, definitely just
it's never
definitely
the same.
Not as good.
Yeah, it's just never the same. It doesn't even matter if like the new guy is, might be a better. Actor. It's just not the same to have you introduce this person as this person and then try to replace them. It's just not. Especially if they're the lead guy, it just doesn't work.
That had to do with Harry Potter as well. Like Richard Harris played Dumbledore in the first two films, and he passed, and then Michael Gambon had to be thing. But then eventually you sort of got used to Michael Gambon's Dumbledore.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure like that first movie or two is just kind of, meh.
Yeah, the first two films are, like actually I think the second one's, pretty good. The first one's just nothing special.
Yeah, I think I've only seen the first movie or two.
Yeah.
Of that.
So I'm just glad to see you're reading the books anyway, though. I just like to see what your favorite one is when you get to read them all.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's something about British authors that I just really like Tolkien, especially with The Hobbit. Like they just have a great sense of humor. That's like just kind of dry, sarcastic, and very pleasant style of writing.
Have you read the Adrian Mole series?
Mm-mm. I have not.
I'd like to say I don't know if you can get them over there. You can probably get online or something. Like, I'd like to see what you think of it now, because it's this very old character now though. Because the fact is he was introduced in the 80s, and it's basically done by this woman called Sue Townsend, and it's just basically this it's basically the first one was introduced in the early 80s. And just basically this diary of this fictional character, and sort of goes through these events of his teenage years and all that there, and sort of goes through see here about the events that occurred, like the royal wedding of Prince Charles and Diana, and Margaret Thatcher and all that there, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I find it very quite some of the stuff, and it's very funny though. Like I've got every single book though. Like she wrote one there a few years ago. She still does them nowadays. I think she's actually blind now as well, which is Strange
No.
to say, but
I'll check them out. Like,
yeah, there's let's see, is there 1, 2, 3? I think there's 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually got this one's age mode from minor to major, in Christmas '97 by like a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the first 3 books and this extra thing on it, and then I've pretty much been a fan ever since.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, just get the first 3. Get that minor to major one if you can, and see if you like it there. Then you can check out the rest. Like the new ones, that to me is still my favorite one. The first 3, because it's like his teenage years and just some of the stuff that he's like this intellectual who thinks he should be doing better than what he actually should be. He thinks he's better than what he actually is. He should be doing better things. Has these like high lofty goals, but he never goes anywhere with them.
Yeah, that sounds kind of right up my alley. That's probably something I should need to read.
Yeah, that's my recommendation of the week though. I love them books, so I'll
have to see, because I got a Kindle Paperwhite, and I've got a bunch of Kindle credit, or just Amazon credit in general, that I need to spend on books. Like there's another series I've been reading. I don't know what it's supposed to be a trilogy, but the first book is called The Passage. It's by Justin Cronin.
Right.
I've been tweeting about it a little bit, but I mean, there's a space in the book where it takes some time to develop the characters, but there are some very strong moments of that book. And I just got the new. It's called The 12. It just came out a couple of months ago that I'm planning on starting pretty soon. It's your kind of standard end of the world thing, but just some pretty neat characters that you meet. So.
Right. Unfortunately, I don't really read a lot of books though. I should do that though more often.
Yeah. All right.
I think we should wrap this up though, because Denis posted something there in this thing about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's probably away. He's like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd beer since probably 4:30.
You drunken bastard, you. So anyway,
that's probably why I got like a second wind of chattiness.
No, once we get going, we get going. Yep, not a 3-hour extravaganza. We'll never go under the 2-hour mark ever again. So anyway, thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Art, for staying with us for the entire duration.
Yeah, not a problem. Had a good time.
You can follow us. You can leave us reviews as subscribe to us on iTunes. You can also follow us on Twitter. I am DowM85.
I'm D-Boy10 on Twitter.
I am Art K Green on Twitter.
And you can also follow Derek. He is GigaStormZ. And you also can follow United Gamedom on Twitter at unitedgamedom. And also you can follow us in the Facebook group, United Kingdom Podcast group, and also email us at unitedgamedom@gmail.com. But we never get any emails there, so I think we just stopped doing that now, Denis.
Are we on Pinterest or Instagram?
No.
No.
Need to tap into those markets.
Yeah, or YouTube and iTunes, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
Let's wrap this so I can watch the game.
All right.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Art, for staying with us, and thank you very much, Denis, for staying as well.
Books.
So until then, guys, we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.